questions, which is sort of a Jordan, LeBron, if they had played at the same time kind of thing, I don't think there's much of a question. To me, it's Lionel and everyone else. Travis and DeMarco is coming up next. I'm Clinton Yates. I will be at the pitch on Wednesday. Clinton and Friends on ESPN 710, Los Angeles, kiddos.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma Brands radio station.
Good morning, kiddos. 9 o'clock, straight up on a live imaging Tuesday. Thank you to Clinton Yates and Clinton and Friends. Let's do it, Jack.
Break stuff. Let's go.
Okay, watch the heart rate. Watch the heart rate.
Be careful.
I already did a 3-mile walk this morning with Scott Kaplan.
Nice.
Of Cappy and Friends
The
this afternoon. No, actually, not yet. It's not on Cap. It's 3 o'clock this afternoon. We went all across downtown. We haven't done that in like 2 years.
Oh, you street walked.
Oh,
nice.
All I do is street walk now.
Wait, was it you or Cap that was did I say street walked? I did say street walks.
You did.
Walk the streets.
What's wrong with saying street walk?
Nothing.
What's wrong? Are you playing English professors now? No. What's wrong with street walk?
Street walker.
I still
Street
don't.
walker?
I don't get it.
It's a word. It's a slang term for a sex worker.
Yeah.
Oh!
The world's oldest profession. He caught it. We didn't.
Yes.
I was
Well,
talking about walking the street.
Listen, somebody just paid $140 per hour to hang out with me on a lit for CHLA, and I don't really have to do much than what I usually do. But you throw me a couple extra bones.
Wow.
Maybe
I'm surprised you caught that
things
so
get
fast.
interesting.
No,
I meant walk the streets. You know what I meant.
I pay attention.
Thank you. You know what I meant, though.
And Cappy definitely has been a street walker at some
Yeah.
point. Anyway, good morning. It is a live imaging Tuesday on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Good morning to producer Emily. She's a little fired up this morning, so I think it could get good.
Why?
She could make the CTE joke
That's what
about
he
you
said.
before I do.
Are you serious about being fired up?
I'm not fired up at anything besides just I had a rough morning.
But I like
start
this.
to my morning.
I
so-
like conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then good morning to producer Jorge.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
We
Dodgers
had-
continue to win last night.
We had a moment where
I was trying to get into sports. Sorry.
We're fine.
Okay.
We
yeah, and
I
you
got
can't-
a torpedo back
And
for
you can't make health jokes anymore.
Oh no, I got
You can't make health jokes anymore about other people.
You guys.
Oh no, I thought about myself.
Right.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
okay, go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's a bright new mic cover, light blue.
It's new to you.
But you're the biggest Angels fan we have in the building.
I
By the way,
really
you can win
am.
Angels tickets along with that Pachanga jersey. Just keep listening, Jack.
I really am. This is new to you. I've had it for a bit.
I don't know if you heard. I almost Ramona's in for
90215.
Ramona's in
Put
for
it in there.
Ramona's in for Mace, and she will be trying to bait me. You know, you inspired her last week, so she kept count. So she would be like, "What happened, Chris?"
Yeah. Well, you were going for a record last
Well,
week.
luckily we had that content because Mace had nothing. So 90230. By the way,
You have earned the right to bring that up when you're like near death.
How often?
Anytime you want, if you're near death. Once
Like forever?
at
Like
least
for a week or a month? A
4
year?
times an hour. I think that's.
I don't need to do it that much.
Is that
you
too
did
much?
last week.
Well, I was fresh. Now we're not as fresh.
All right.
Wow.
Go ahead before I get to sports.
Yes.
Now I'm more intrigued by that. Go ahead.
Well, I was in the house last night as the Lakers beat the Rockets.
How about that?
Who
Yes,
knew?
sir.
Who knew?
What do you mean who knew? We did.
They're good again.
Come on.
Sometimes.
But see, you want to play the dark side. No offense to anybody. I just mean the evil side.
No, that's actually not. Since they got Luka, I've actually been remarkably positive.
He's been
on the
very
Lakers.
positive.
What
on the
about when
Lakers.
Luka didn't look like he was good anymore for a few games?
So DeMarco and I were talking about this morning.
Yeah.
Because I did not watch Luka Doncic play every game as a
You
Dallas
weren't
Mavericks,
watching every Dallas
I was
Maverick game
not.
on NBA League Pass?
Believe it or not, I was not a regular consumer of Mavericks product on a nightly basis.
Yeah.
And since he's come to the Lakers, I think I maybe not have seen every game, but I've seen nearly every game. And I didn't know if this is the typical Luka experience where one night he looks like he can't miss, and then the next night, like last night, he goes 6 for 16 and looks like he can't make a shot.
Right.
Like, is this what he does where one night everything goes in, another night nothing goes in, or is he still working his way back from whatever it was keeping him out, and this will even out? Because he's been all over the map, just shooting. Like, he's been a great player, but his shooting has been wildly inconsistent.
No, I think
since
this
he's
is
come
Max Luka. He's in shape. He's come back from that injury. I remember when I was a kid watching Kareem.
Wait a minute, you said he's in shape?
Well, as
by
in
his
shape,
standards.
By his standards,
as
yes.
in shape as he's ever been in Dallas.
Honestly, he's not. He doesn't look like LeBron James.
No.
Okay, he doesn't look like a guy that is in 10 out of 10 physical condition. he looks better than he did when he got here.
He's
That
in
is
shape.
true.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, you're 7 games from the playoffs. He's ready. He knows how to. Remember, this guy was in the finals last year, so he knows.
How'd that work out? Oh, sorry.
He lost and he got tired in the finals.
Well,
And I-
Windhorse just torched him at the end of the
He
finals.
did. But he was tired.
Yeah.
So I hope he has learned from that. We'll see. But I remember when I was a kid watching Kareem shoot that skyhook, and it seemed like he never missed to me. And I told my dad, I said, he never misses the skyhook. And he's like, yeah, son, he does. Just watch, and he does. Luka has off nights. He does. He has nights where he's not hitting, where he's below 50% from everywhere. But look at how he's getting his shots and how wide open he is. That's what you have to factor in Luka. And if he's playing defense, he's doing both now. His shots aren't falling all the time, but this is the Luka you want heading into the postseason.
Do you think he slows down the game, though?
Nah.
Like the pace?
And
pace.
if it
Yes.
does, I don't care. Yeah.
100%. But
And I think that's problematic at times.
I agree with DeMarco. He does slow
Well,
it
you've
down.
never said that before.
But I don't think it's done in a bad way. I think that he is.
Yeah.
Look, the playoffs are slow.
He
the
got him in
playoffs
half-
are not up and down. That's not how the playoffs
Yeah.
are typically played.
It
So
might be
he's
if you have to
deliberate-
play the Thunder.
Well, that's up
Maybe,
and down.
but
That's run.
keep
You
it-
got problems. But if you get them like you got Houston in the half court, you got some
The
issues.
Mavericks beat the Thunder in the postseason
Yeah.
last year. The Mavericks, Luka gives the Mavericks as much problem as
yeah,
anybody
but
does.
you had Kyrie Irving. This is much different. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's
Okay.
different, but it's
I
not
feel you.
By the way,
necessarily
Travis
worse.
didn't know I could keep going.
No,
This,
no, I
this
feel
deep.
you.
I'm
He
gonna see
thought
how far we can go.
He thought I'd be done after the first
No,
one.
I'm
No,
gonna see how
that's
far
ready.
we can go.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that you brought it back to Kyrie. I'm not going to lie, you kind of surprised me.
I
a little bit
caught you off
there.
guard, didn't
A little bit. A little bit. It's going to slow down. He is he's a better player when it's slow. He is not an up and down guy.
No.
But I disagree with one of the things you said, which is
part?
he plays defense.
Sports Talk at 906.
He's a not just a bad defender. He's a very bad defender.
He's not a cone. I mean,
we're getting cone
He's
adjacent.
not a cone. He's, I mean, just to
One of those sawhorses.
stand there.
Wait,
I
you're
mean,
talking about Luka?
a
Yes.
stand there and watch guy. At least he tries.
Yeah,
He
I
just-
think when he's
yeah.
on, he can play defense. The problem is he's gassed a lot.
Yeah, and
so
the-
that makes it hard to
He's a
defend
pretty
fast
crummy
guys.
defender.
And I think it. Well, I got to see his plus minus. I didn't see it.
You got it. Wait a minute.
What? His plus minus?
At 9:06:49, DeMarco said we've got to see his plus minus.
I got to see what he did on the other end.
I'm
But
not
All
talking
right,
usually
can we
what-
get the plus minus?
Usually,
for
whatever
the-
he gives up, he's going to cook on the other end. That's Luka.
I'm saying how many games has he played for the Lakers now? Maybe 13 or 14, something around there.
Yeah.
He's a bad defender. Like he is a net
He's not a
negative
plus-
defender.
he's not a plus defender. No.
And they're looking for him, and when they look for him, they score on him. And let's just go back to last night was a little bit better, and everybody's going to have a little bit of fluctuation. But
He's
you
gonna
go
get his
to
steals, he's gonna
Orlando,
rebound. Yeah.
Indiana, Chicago, that run that they had, he was dreadful on defense.
Well, he's not going to stop anybody, but he's going to get his rebounds. He's going to get his steals. He is.
He's getting his steals because he's a bad defender.
But that's
he's
what
out
I'm
of
saying.
position.
He's not going to be a guy that's ever in the running for Defensive Player of the
No.
Year, but he's not a traffic cone, and he's engaged on that end. You
Yeah, I
have to
wouldn't
be
call him
on
a
this
traffic
team.
cone, Trav. I
Yeah.
think that's right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call him a traffic
No,
cone.
he's not a traffic cone, and
LeBron-
he's engaged.
LeBron's a bit of a traffic cone.
Sometimes when they stop playing,
When he's gassed,
LeBron is. I wouldn't say LeBron. LeBron is more strategic. Luka's gas.
Yeah, that's
Luka's
true.
gasping for air. LeBron chooses to not hustle. There's a difference between the two.
well, I got to see his plus minus. I didn't see it. Look at you.
yeah,
Wow.
that's good. That's good editing skills.
That was pretty quick. I'm like, well, who is that? Oh,
What's
that's me.
odd
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that it was perfectly clear. No one else was talking.
That was
That's
weird.
odd on
Right,
this
I
show.
know.
It is.
But
That is odd
good
on this
win.
show.
Moving on. Yay. Warriors next. Let's go.
Do you feel the same about the Dodgers and the torpedo bats?
Oh man, look. I don't know how you guys feel good about this so far.
When you say you guys, are you referring to
Travis and Bergman, this is unbelievable.
And
This
Jorge's
is
wearing
like
a Dodgers hat, so he's part of that too.
this is like being a fan of the Nick Saban's finest Alabama Crimson Tide.
I
And-
bet you the people in Alabama enjoyed that a great deal.
So
much
wait a minute.
like the people in Los Angeles are enjoying the Dodgers winning every night
Straight
a great deal.
annihilation
I
every
believe
night.
it or not, I really don't give a damn what Colorado Rockies fans think about it.
And
Believe
you
it or
were- oh my
not, I
God,
really
that's
don't
crazy.
care
No.
that the New York Mets fans might be in their
But-
feels because the Dodgers aren't losing.
But it's amazing. Like this is the thing, and I'm with you. The
And
hell
in
with every-
2018, you weren't excited when nobody had seen McVay's offense and everybody was stunned. And then Belichick goes, "Wait a minute,
But they weren't loaded like this. Like
Todd Gurley." I mean, Jared Goff. obviously,
Glasnow
but
is your sixth pitcher, and he just picked Cy Young stuff.
I understand, but
Yeah.
again, McVay caught a lot of people off guard. Nobody had seen some of those moves, and it worked.
Yeah.
You were enjoying it. So now,
But he wasn't coming off a World Series where you got better.
So
And
but the Dodgers didn't break the rules.
He didn't have not at all.
I mean,
not at all.
Deferred payment thing.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating. I'm just like, you guys can't smile about this.
I'm not even going to take
That's how
the bait
Jorge
on
and I
that.
used to get those coats at the Broadway.
You shouldn't.
We would defer
I take
Layaway?
that back. Let me say it again. You shouldn't
Shohei
smile.
Ohtani is not on layaway.
Yes.
Okay, they're not.
Well, I mean-
nothing well about it. They have plenty of cash.
There's no bait. You shouldn't be smiling. Just, nod approvingly and move on. We have
fun.
the best team ever assembled. We have the Avengers with baseball bats.
The Galacticos.
Yeah, we don't need applause.
Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be there. That's amazing. Wow. I just wonder how good this team can be. I want to see some wow stuff. That's
You
what I'm
might.
talking
You
about.
haven't seen any wild stuff yet?
No,
It's
that's
too
what's
early.
weird.
It's only 6 games in.
That's
I mean,
what's
to be
arguably
6-0 is pretty good.
Yeah.
6-0 is very good. But what you just said, I think, is right.
Some wow stuff. Yeah.
Their best game so far has been a B+.
Right.
They
Why not?
they haven't played an A+ game yet. They haven't come within a mile of an A+
And
game.
they might not.
They might not.
They
but
might not have to.
They might. They clearly don't have to win games, but they're going to just because they have that many good players. And so, if they're 6-0 playing pretty good, what happens when they're
listen,
very
we
good?
survive as a radio station every day. We haven't brought a A+ game since 2022. Let's be honest.
Wow.
So you ran out. That's how you had to go to that.
You think we do A+ content every day? Honestly.
See, he's already doing this. He's already out, so he's trying to change the subject.
You asked me like.
Well, I haven't watched as much Dodgers baseball as I have Lakers basketball, to be honest.
You asked me about, was it win streaks or losses in a row yesterday on the way out?
Both.
Do you know what I thought? I wonder how many shutouts you're going to get.
Not a ton.
When they're all clicking.
Not a ton.
When you're hitting and pitching at the same time.
Couple of handfuls.
Because it's possible. If you're pitching like that.
The other guys have major league hitters.
I know.
They're going to run into some pitch. Like yesterday's a perfect
If you
example.
catch-
Dodgers pitching was terrific.
Right.
They still didn't get a shutout.
What if you catch Snell on a Cy Young night a month in?
He's not going to pitch 9 innings. You're going to go to the bullpen.
If he's got a no-no going?
Well, how often is that going to happen? Not very often.
We're expecting a few.
We have
Yeah.
history on this. They're still going to pull him. This
Say
has
again?
happened.
So,
He'll still get pulled.
Chris, I think you bring up a fascinating point. In fact, I want to do this next because I think what you just said is going to. Last night was a perfect example of when they can just say, let's get these guys off their feet, both on the field
Sit
and in
'em.
the rotation. We'll come up with that next. It's Trav, it's DeMarco, it's lit on 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles has Southern California's only
In Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Well, I got to see his plus minus. I didn't see it.
I'm looking for a female hyena. A hyena that's finer than the average hyena. Not a hyena that's loose, and definitely not a hyena that smokes that juice.
You don't want a hyena that smokes that juice. 9:15 a.m. Good morning, live Imaging Tuesday on the Travis and DeMarco Show. You can listen all week to this show for the Angels Pachanga giveaway. Travis, you got your Angels trivia, Jack?
I do.
Wally Joyner related?
Jim
Abbott?
Well,
Tim Sam?
Maybe. Oh, you know what? You just sparked an idea. Oh. And I'll leave it at that.
Pot it up. If I remember correctly, if I remember the cart from 1993, this was the Proper Los, right? Did FEMA Heine?
Proper Dos, yes.
Oh, Proper Dos, not Los. Yeah. That would make sense. Proper Dos makes sense.
Frankie
So keep
B.
listening to win that Pachanga limited edition Angels jersey and tickets to an Angels game. Just wait for Travis to give you the Angels trivia. Now, here's the thing. We're not going to pretend that Angels baseball is using torpedo bats. But Angels baseball is a fun time still.
They're 3-1.
Well, that being aside, it's also a fun time to go to Angels Stadium. And, they're building OC Vibe, which is going to be incredible. So across from the Honda Center, the parking structure is almost complete. And for years, that was just flat street-level parking. I walked by it for years. Now it's a huge structure. Then they're going to start across the street where the train station is, the train station I use, which it's going to be the new downtown of Anaheim, and it's going to be amazing.
no
OC
way.
Vibe. So that's coming in 2026.
Like bars, sports bars,
restaurants.
They've never been able to figure that out down there.
Mall.
They haven't. So it started with Downtown Disney.
Yeah.
And in high school, we all went to Downtown Disney. Parking was free. It was kind of separate at Disneyland. Then Disney figured out, hey, people park there to go to Disneyland. We don't like that.
Yep.
So they changed that. Then Downtown Disney, where like Bubba Gump Shrimp is.
Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory.
Oh,
that
the
was
boardwalk.
the boardwalk was going to be the thing.
That's further down, further
But that's
south.
still West Anaheim.
There really isn't a reason for them to be so bad. But
I'm
go
not
ahead.
done. I'm not done. I'm
Go ahead.
not done yet.
Go ahead.
Now, OC Vibe's billboards are the new downtown. So they're trying to make the downtown around Angel Stadium, the train station, Honda Center, which, by the way, that pulls in Orange because you've got the freeway right there.
That's the best spot to go.
That pulls in
right
South
now.
Newport Beach. All that area could come up 15 minutes. You never know. But
Remember
no,
the
the
block?
Angels aren't great.
Remember the block? That's another area.
The block was popping.
They've tried all of those things and nothing other
You know
than
what, Travis?
the circle
This is
going
to be it. OC Vibe is going to be it.
What are you on the city council?
Sounds like it.
Listen, I served as president of Key Club, so I was around for Catella High School for a couple of years. I was around the Kiwanis people. I could have been mayor of Anaheim. Damn it.
Would you go to jail too?
100%.
Oh, man.
That's a mayor of Anaheim
Oh,
joke.
man.
You can make those jokes.
Well, he's going to jail.
Oh, boy.
It's not a.
What connection do you think I won't say what I was going to say. They're our partners.
Yeah, well, I'm
And
just
hopefully
saying.
OC Vibe will be our partner soon because we love OC Vibe's going to be amazing. Sam Pines, the great station owner here, has suggested, what if we had an Orange County studio at OC Vibe that I could do wacky stuff?
Look at Travis.
Travis could do wacky stuff.
Look at Travis.
We could go to an Angels game, then broadcast after. Right?
If
Because
you
remember,
had a tail, you'd be whack.
remember, we had studios at ESPN.
Marco.
We had studios at ESPN Zone in Anaheim and in downtown. For years. The great A. Martinez used to do.
I remember that. There was one down there, right?
Yeah, and there was one
in the
here.
ESPN zone. It was like in the middle of the dining room.
Right,
It was
no.
super bizarre.
Is that the restaurant?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that little
you'd
corner.
come through the front door, and by the ESPN zone down at Downtown Disney a million years ago was enormous.
It was huge.
It was just 2 stories.
Yeah.
It was a huge restaurant on the bottom, like an arcade on
Why
the
do
top.
I remember En Fuego?
And because it was like that, all the
Yeah, they had
sports
the
center
catchphrases.
expressions on the
catchphrases
wall
right there. Okay.
Where you'd come in, there'd be like the hostess stand.
Yeah.
And and then in the middle of it was like an aquarium of people.
A real broadcast studio.
Yeah, and it was actually a really nice studio.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I think Jim Rome used to
we
do
did
shows.
we did a couple
It's
there.
going to be huge at the ESPN
We did
Zone.
a couple there. Yes.
Phenomenal.
We're always there.
Is he still on?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, no.
I think so.
In Fuego. Anyway, go ahead. Dodgers? This is new me. This is sober me.
Fuego.
Sober me moves fast, Jack.
I like it.
Sober you moves fast. Not sober you moved fast. I'm used to you. I just
but
didn't-
not sober me had things making me move
I
fast.
just didn't think that you would be this much you this quickly again. It's taking me a minute to recalibrate.
Let me tell you something.
You
A
don't
lot of
know
people
how
in the
to
back
react.
didn't think that
Yeah.
either.
No,
but
no,
guess what? Much like Michael Jordan had that fax, I'm back.
Hold on.
I'm back.
I'm not disappointed that you are back. I'm just saying that I am surprised that you have hit the ground at full speed as quickly as you have.
A lot of people back
I
there had a
thought
whole
there might
succession
be
plan.
an on-ramp of moralising that has not really taken
Rush
place.
for 200 his first game
R-
back.
right, exactly.
And you got the marker with a poof and closer to his mic today.
Right there. See?
Thank God.
Yes. You didn't see me put
Hey,
it on,
it's
though.
the
He didn't see me put it on. Why'd you call me out, though? He didn't see it. See? I had him. Wow.
You want to go ahead? I mean, you got
No.
some, or you want me to go back to
He's
what I was
looking at
doing?
you.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
What kind of Angels trivia do you have? Is it this hour or is it next hour?
I have. I just, as a matter of fact, just texted her a trivia question that I want to use today.
Is it about the days when Rod Carew was part of the California Angels?
Might be.
Or Nolan Ryan?
We did Nolan Ryan yesterday.
Oh, you did.
We did.
I was in meetings. I'm
we
sorry.
did Nolan Ryan
Two
yesterday.
questions. Both first callers got him right.
Well, let's
Yeah.
do one in the 10 and one in the 11.
One in the
Stay
10,
tuned.
one in the 11. You know, Nolan Ryan used to keep his arm muscles strong. He used to go and do exercises in a bucket of rice.
In the rice.
Yeah.
To
I did
strengthen
that.
his elbow ligaments.
You do that?
I did that. Yeah. They had buckets everywhere for your grip strength. You go from there, and then you'd hang.
What would you do in the rice?
You're supposed to like make fists.
Shouts out
With
to you,
the
by the way.
grains of rice?
Dig as far as you can. It's harder than you think. It really
I was
is.
waiting for it.
It's a burner. Dig all the way in there and start making fists.
DeMarco didn't even get it.
I didn't even hear him. What was the joke?
Don't
Okay,
ever
let's leave it
come
there.
on, DeMarco.
Don't go back.
Never
I
ask him
plowed
to
ahead.
repeat his
Okay.
thing. You did the right thing the first time,
Yeah,
and
just
then he
plow
got
ahead.
you with his.
But
well,
you make fists in this big trash can full of rice, and
Yeah.
then right after that, you do a towel hang. So you grab a towel
Yeah.
and you take your feet off the ground.
Cappy and I did that this morning at
Did
East
you
Central.
really?
Yeah.
When you talk about burning your hands. Oh,
No,
yeah.
no.
you could hang like your feet off the ground. Just
Yeah.
wow.
I could. I
Yeah,
don't know if I
wow.
can
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But you're
yeah.
a lighter man.
Maybe
You're
I
like
was
when Vito lost the weight.
Chris, I was a lot stronger back then.
Oh, I'm sure.
A lot stronger. Yeah.
What did Vito say when he lost the weight? In The
Well,
Sopranos?
I'm
Here we go
now that
again.
the weight's come off, I'm a much healthier man.
and I could be in the Big C one day. Tone?
Yeah. Now that I got the weight off, Tone. And then, well, that's when
Wow.
he and Paulie were both vying for the top
they were
chair.
conspiring.
And then Silvio got it and nearly died in a week with the pressure that came along with it.
I know how that goes.
Yeah.
So are you Silvio in this scenario?
It took several years, but
Or
kind
you
of.
Tony in the hospital
But then-
laid up with the hole in his
But
gut?
Paulie
Tony
and
in the
Vito.
hospital.
But let me tell
Yeah.
you something. Day 2 in the hospital, Paulie and Vito over here in this place, they were waiting.
Oh, my God.
We're banging on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Will you shut up over there?
They were conspiring. Looks like the succession plan didn't work. Unless this angiogram goes south next week, then who knows?
Do the angiogram.
I don't want to
Please
do it.
do it.
Do the
Do it.
angiogram.
You need to.
It's just a precautionary.
all right.
I wouldn't be able to walk 7 miles
Do you
without.
remember
All right, go ahead.
when I came to see you a few weeks ago?
Before everything went haywire?
Shortly after the first thing went haywire.
You're not blaming him.
Okay, no, I'm not.
No, Travis was a nice greeting.
And you and I were having a conversation, and you said to me, Trav, you told me to go to the doctor. Remember? when
And
you
I
told
never
me that?
did.
And I said, it's whatever, as long as we're in a good spot right now, you're getting healthier, this is all good, don't worry about that. I'm telling you again, if the cardiologist is telling you to get an angiogram, get an angiogram. Don't do the thing to avoid the thing.
If you've had an angiogram, 877-710-ESPN. We'll get Dr. Dr. Clapper's an orthopedic surgeon.
I'm sure he would know, though.
You think he knows about it?
He knows anatomy.
Well, so does Jorge, but that doesn't make him a doctor.
This guy.
You've been spending a lot of time in the anatomy lab, Jorge?
Hey, it's different type of anatomy. What do you mean? Come on, Travis.
Yes, sir.
Do the angiogram.
Dodgers won last night.
They did.
Yeah. Lakers too. But
did.
USC, unfortunately, now this isn't a stunner. We could have had
One more-
USC,
try again,
UCLA in the women's Final Four.
Try again.
And UConn had to get in our way. Why? You know that we don't have Juju, so just lose on purpose for us. So we
think
could have
that's quite
USC,
how it
UCLA.
works.
That's what everybody wants.
Were we close? Did we almost win?
Not really.
It was close
No?
to the half, but then it kind of got out of hand.
It got out of our hands.
Did we get blown out?
Close the first 2 minutes.
A little bit. It was. I think. I don't know if the endings of the end score was double digits, but it was not close at the end.
It wasn't close.
But they hung in there for the
They
first
did.
half. Put up a fight, but it just.
So they'll play the UConn will play the Bruins?
Yeah.
Yes.
And blow them out of the
I don't know about that.
They have
Easy,
Lauren,
UCLA is pretty
they have
good.
Lauren Betts, Chris. Come on.
Listen, kudos to our USC women's basketball team. You heard a lot of the action this season right here on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app. The men's get underway. That's going to be on 710 ESPN tonight.
The Crown.
The Crown tournament in Vegas. So the men's basketball, this is a new tournament.
The Crown
It's called the Crown.
It's like competing with the NIT and takes the other teams and the Crown. I believe
So
they're
you don't
competing
make the
for
big
NIL.
tournament or the NIT, you play in the Crown?
Or
they
can
chose
choose
to
the
play.
Crown.
They choose the Crown.
They choose the Crown,
Yeah.
as opposed to the NIT.
Yeah.
Correct.
And it's out of Vegas.
Sounds better than NIT.
Crown is a good name.
Yeah.
Although the NIT's been around forever.
Well,
now.
It's been but it's associated with failure.
Let's get closer to the mic.
It's second.
The Crown to some might be what Crayola makes, as we learned yesterday. But yeah.
Crayon, or crown? How do you say it?
I say Crayola. I just say crayons.
Crayons.
I think
That's
it's
like
crayon.
crayon.
That's right.
But yeah, shout out to Eli Klein and the crew for women's basketball. They
where
did a great job.
Where does crayon come from?
I don't know.
A lot of people in
It
school
was how
would
I
call
was
them
raised to say
crayons.
crayon. Oh,
really?
pass me those crayons. My favorite little orange crayon. Or
Give me the
whatever.
blue crayon.
Yeah, exactly.
See?
Give me the dandelion one.
The what?
Oh, the
Yeah,
dandelion.
but you
blue.
gotta have the big box to have
They
dandelion.
don't make those anymore. Discontinued.
I like the
sharpener?
short box because I could just use the colors I like. I don't want the big here's the 128 colors. I don't need that.
Too much
I need
pressure?
7 colors.
Red, orange, and orange red were
Yeah.
two different
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
I don't need the
what are we doing?
lavender
Yeah.
version of a crayon.
You just want purple?
Cheating
Yeah, I
people.
want purple.
Right.
Now
Damn
can we
it.
talk about the Dodgers?
Yeah, go Dodgers. Dodgers, 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. Appreciate your green light.
Apparently, Max Muncy's going to use a bat.
Yeah, the torpedo.
Torpedo bat.
Greg Bergman, host of the Blue Review, which happened. They had a whole big Wallapalooza show this morning.
I think they told me Alana Rizzo was on
Alana
Blue
Rizzo
Crew
was
today.
on.
The Blue Review.
The Blue Review with Bergman and friends.
Yeah.
See, we should have a faster version too now.
Torpedo bat headed Max Muncy's way, reportedly, that he's the next one in. Ellie De La Cruz, 2 home runs, a double, 7 RBIs with the torpedo bat last night. I think that the Yankee torpedo bat thing was a little bit overblown considering what the Brewers did. So the Brewers and the Yankees played that first series of the year, and the Yankees killed them, right?
Right.
Brewers opened up a new series yesterday against a new team and gave up 11 more runs. So
it might be a Brewer problem.
I think it's the Brewers stink more than the torpedo bat is great. The Brewers have given up 4, 20, 12, and 11 runs in their 4 games.
For our friends at ESPN Milwaukee, there's your Brewers talk.
That is not good. So we'll see. But the torpedo that everybody's kind of giving it a shot is pretty interesting.
It's going to be a
I
tough
mean, Ellie
year.
De La Cruz had a great performance yesterday, but it was against the Rangers.
Yeah, but that Rangers should be okay.
Right. So
Okay.
Ellie De La Cruz performing really well against it using the torpedo bat. Maybe the torpedo bats are good.
Maybe. I'm not throwing a total bucket of cold water on the torpedo bat. Or Ellie De La Cruz might be one of the best players in the league.
True.
And some of the best players in the league have
This is
games
a
where
good
they're
test.
really, really
As
good.
George Sedano likes to say, two things can be true at the same
once.
time.
So
Max
maybe
Muncy
you could say,
with
Emily, you're right,
torpedo
and I'm
bat.
right.
Yeah.
Versus, oh, no, let me throw cold water on it.
It's okay to throw some cold
What?
water.
What are you talking
What's
about?
going on around here these days?
I have
man?
no idea.
Everyone got soft while I was gone.
What are you talking about? What did I do?
You can say, Emily, you're right, I'm wrong.
I did say she was right. And I'm not wrong.
You're taking the bait.
We just have a lot of time to figure out whether it's just a couple games.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
Max-
it's game 6. Like, we're all reacting like we're in July and we got nothing else.
Max Muncy
That's
will be
not
a good
even
test
a
of
little
his
bit
bat.
what I
Yeah.
said.
Angels Trivia, 10 o'clock hour.
It's time for the Blue Review. The Blue
What else you got?
Review with Bergman and team.
By the way, Bergman and team.
Grant.
I like Bergman and friends. Mario makes the promos. Aren't we only 1 day away from Messi?
1 day away.
Do we have that promo?
Yes.
He's
Yes,
been
we
making
do.
promos
Oh
like
my
crazy.
God,
Did you see where they kicked his bodyguard off the field?
Messi's?
did not see
Is
that.
Messi's bodyguard smaller than him?
No.
Be hard to find someone like
Where's
that.
the guy who hated the Messi impersonation? Oh, he's not here anymore. Do it. Come on. Just for old time's sake.
Jukebox.
You'll do it next.
Maybe.
You got to read here?
No.
DeMarco got to read?
No.
No.
Definitely doesn't have a Joseph read. I saw
Oh,
Joseph
my
last night in the
God.
suite.
Wow.
When does Wednesday get here?
Not
tomorrow.
for a while.
Tomorrow.
You know, I thought that there would be like a little just some sort of, this is nice.
You thought
to have
I'd warm-
Christmas.
you thought I'd
It
warm
is
you up?
nice to have him back.
No,
Come on.
last week it was nice to have him back. Now I'm just back to where
It's
I was
nice.
before, where he's just bothering
Okay,
me.
so
just
you-
generally bothering
you
me.
don't
As
want
I've told
yeah.
70, my girlfriend, you understand how annoying sober me is, right?
Oh my God. You don't want
Yes.
Ohtani using torpedo bat, right?
No,
Might mess him
let's
up.
just let him do what he wants to do.
With Max Muncy, what's he batting right now? Under 100?
Just about, yeah.
If it starts to work for him, would you have a different feeling about torpedo bat?
I
If
need
all
to-
of a sudden he flips this around.
I have no opinion on the torpedo bat yet.
Oh.
Yet.
Yeah.
Like in terms of Ohtani.
No,
like
in
if Max
terms of
Muncy
whether or
starts-
not it's a real thing or not. It could be a coincidence. They've played 6 games.
Right.
It could just be a weird phenomenon where a couple of guys that happen to have it got hot, and 6 months from now or 3 months from now, it's like, oh, remember that week we spent talking about the
that
torpedo
stupid
bats?
bat. Right, I know.
Do you remember there's a bat, and some guys still
The
use it,
knob
but not
thing?
the knob instead of the round knob.
I do remember
it had
that.
a handle like an axe. You know how an axe handle
Yeah.
tapers
I
towards the
don't
end?
I don't really remember that.
So there's bats that have an axe handle that's
Okay.
and it's like, oh, it prevents
Revolutionized baseball.
Well, we talked about it for a week, and
But that wasn't invented by a guy from MIT.
True.
But without the
this
handle,
is a
it's
smart
invented
guy,
by a
right.
lumberjack.
Right.
with just a straight handle, I would imagine it creates more hinge, like a golf club, versus a round handle that allows your hands to rest so you don't hinge as much. That's what my
Well, I
guess
think
would
you
be.
needed something at the end to prevent it from flying out of your hands.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
this was all a conspiracy by baseball for us to actually talk baseball nationally.
It worked for the Yankees.
Because nobody would have been talking about
It seems
this.
to be working. We'll see.
We'll see.
Because how
Or
did it take
the
this
Brewers
long?
are terrible.
How did it take this long for somebody to go, if you just put more wood in this part of the bat?
We said that yesterday. Like,
I didn't hear the
duh,
show.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah,
Why didn't we
already
think of
covered
that?
What else
Yeah.
you got?
Angels trivia in the 10 a.m. hour.
It's coming up. in
And
the 10
Messi's
a.m.
one day away.
And 1 day away. All of that coming up. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The stage
Here's
The countdown is on. In just 1 day, LAFC battle Inter Miami.
in the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from BMO Stadium.
The 2 biggest clubs in MLS.
And some of the biggest soccer icons around the globe.
Giroud, Messi,
Lloris,
Suarez,
Bouanga,
Busquets.
LAFC versus Inter Miami.
1 day away.
And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
Cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-822-3910. That's 800-822-3910. 800-822-3910.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, and I quote, "Inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them." End quote. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Don't miss the historic showdown on April 5th as the USA Women's National Team takes on Brazil at SoFi Stadium. Celebrate the first ever women's sporting event at SoFi Stadium and experience the excitement of world-class soccer. Bring your friends, bring your family, and witness an unforgettable match. Tickets start as low as $58. But don't wait. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com or visit SoFiStadium.com for more info. Join us and be a part of history.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Okay, everyone, what did you think of the chocolate bar?
It's too chewy.
Feels kind of chalky.
Too much nougat.
I need to go brush my teeth.
Business is booming for Steph's small marketing research firm.
After all these focus groups, there's only one conclusion. I need more researchers.
And she's way too busy researching
Does this have peanuts?
to waste time researching resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Well, it's not working as well these days. 9:34 on a live imaging Tuesday.
That was one of my questions.
Stop.
How's
We got the
everything
homie
working?
records on
I
a
just wanna
Tuesday as we
know.
do. Pop that up for a second.
He brought it up.
Let the music take your mind.
Smoking.
Perfect song.
Cruising. Jorge, when's the last time you went cruising?
Oh, man.
Friday night?
Sorry. My bad. He's infectious.
We'll talk about it later.
Well, yes, it's in the most literal sense of the word.
Sorry.
Angels trivia at the 10 a.m. hour. Pachanga giveaways all this week on Travis and DeMarco. Almost said Travis and Sliwa. God,
Can we argue about something for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Can I finish the liner for our partner?
Go ahead.
Listen for Travis with the Angels trivia. And if you get it right, Jack, you can win 2 Angels tickets along with that Pachanga limited edition Angels jersey. And there's no fun like going to Angel Stadium. So be sure to keep listening all this week.
Is that it?
They're 3-1 if you haven't heard.
Can I talk to Travis now?
I'm sure he'll be thrilled. Go ahead.
No, why won't you guys entertain the idea of Ohtani using that bat? And I mean you guys, mean you and Greg.
Oh.
Because if it
Because you
is
keep saying you guys, I don't know who you're talking
well,
to.
when I say you guys, Dodger fans, when I'm poking fun at the Dodgers for being this damn good and being a juggernaut, I'm basically talking to Travis and Greg because they're the biggest Dodger honks in the building.
I hope the Rams
Mason-
at some point are 10-0 just so we can do this back to you.
Oh, I would love it. No, I would love that. Would be awesome.
Now, that probably
I would
won't
love to be
happen
in that
because
seat.
I don't know if Stafford's arm can reach where
Right.
Devontae usually runs to.
I would
but
love to be in that seat over there. To have the most dominant team be my team. That
Were
would be
you
awesome.
like taking notes when you were all laid up? Like, I want to make sure I do this.
I watched
want
a
to
lot-
make sure I do
I watched
this.
a lot of ESPN.
I want to take a dump on Matthew Stafford's arm. I want to do all of these things.
I had a catheter for that at times.
Oh my God! But
No,
just, why
I
won't you
watched a lot of sports.
Why won't you entertain the idea that if this is a magic bat, let's just call it a magic bat. It makes people better.
I want to flip the order of operations
Wait,
you just said.
but if you give a magic bat to
Yeah.
the best hitter in the game, I would love to see that.
If it in fact is a magic bat, to use your term,
Yes.
okay,
Because that's what it seems like.
then
right
he
now.
should.
Right.
But until we are certain that this is not just a weird week, then I don't want him messing with anything that he does.
Okay, fair enough.
That until we have
100%
indisputable
proof that this thing is
data
magic.
that guys that are not, Aaron Judge, he didn't use the bat, so that's a bad example. Ellie De La Cruz might win the MVP without a torpedo bat. So him having a big day with the torpedo bat really doesn't do much for me.
Okay.
Right? If all of a sudden
Max Muncy's about to use it.
Again, he's another guy that hit 35 home
Okay.
runs last year.
I need
Like, if
another one.
Chris Taylor all of a sudden starts bombing the
Mashing.
ball out of the ballpark,
Okay.
if Miguel Rojas starts bombing the ball out of the ballpark with this thing,
with the magic stick,
with the magic bat,
Well,
then all
stick.
of a
This
sudden,
is the song is Magic Stick.
I know. Yes.
then yes, he should give it a shot because clearly there's something to
Okay.
it. But until we know that it's
That
actually a thing, I'm not messing with
I'm with
anything
you.
that Shohei
But DeMarco,
Ohtani does.
have we not seen?
If it turns out to be a magic bat, I guarantee you he won't get it.
But
They'll
DeMarco,
stop
have we
it
not
before it
seen
gets
this
to him.
before?
Yeah. Huh.
Have we not seen this before? Remember, Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, it was all natural.
Speaking
until
of
it
jerks
wasn't.
and Profar.
And then remember when Tiger Woods somehow hit the ball so much further than Jack
That
Nicklaus?
was juice, though. I mean,
Of course.
Yeah. That was.
They were changing the ball. Now, Tiger Woods is an incredible athlete. Are golfers today doing things a little bit different? But the
Sure.
equipment is better. It's
Yeah,
lighter.
yeah.
The ball is different. Guys are, Bryson DeChambeau is more built and using technology
That's true.
than Jack
Golf
Nicklaus
clubs
wasn't.
change every year. There's more distance on these clubs.
So why are you making a big deal about the bat being different?
No, I'm not making a big
Because the
deal
game
about
has
it.
to mature.
I would love to see Ohtani use it. That's what I'm saying. If it's a magic bat, I would love to see the best hitter in the
How
game
do you know
use
he
it.
doesn't use a bat that's been designed for him?
He doesn't use the torpedo bat.
How do we know?
Because you can see it.
No,
Yeah.
I understand. How do we know they didn't make a different piece of technology? I'm not saying he did, but who knows? Why would you put anything past a sport that has had issues getting attention and for people outside of Los Angeles really loving? My point being is just enjoy it. Who cares? Why are you making a big deal? Why you got to be such a negative Nancy on this Tuesday morning?
I got you.
Don't
Thank
do
you.
it.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Don't do it.
Well, I'm
So
just
you see
asking
my
a real
point?
question.
I did. Okay, thank you.
I did.
Okay.
As Beto Duran pointed out a few months ago to you,
Yeah?
a lot of people point this out that you can be a negative Nancy.
I'm over there. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
See?
I'm just
You're
curious.
saying Beto's wrong?
That would be fun.
If
Yeah.
all of a sudden home runs,
I don't think he's
doubles,
wrong.
slug across the board
Yeah,
are
yeah.
up, then everyone should put the bat in their
Absolutely.
hands.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
if that happens, if numbers across the board for everybody that use that bat are significantly up, baseball will probably ban it.
I think you have it wrong. I'm more in favor of the bat.
Listen, it could be Travis and Bergman one day. Who knows?
I'm more in favor of the bat. Yeah, if it works,
Muncie should
so
have the
be
bat
it.
FedEx to Dodger Stadium today.
Right, and a little bit of a conspiracy theorist rolling because we're talking about the NBA, we're talking about the NFL. They're a monster. Where does basketball fit? How does baseball become more popular?
First of all,
More home runs.
I push back on the idea that baseball is not popular, baseball is not thriving, and all of these things.
Oh, I agree. No,
yeah.
I'm not saying that, but just the way it was scheduled was you were once afraid to schedule against baseball, and you're not so anymore.
No, that's true.
Nobody's
that's what I
afraid
mean.
to schedule against baseball.
Right. So
Yeah.
how do you change that? Start having.
Yeah, exactly. You have this new thing called the torpedo bat, and everyone's paying attention.
If it's working,
maybe
yeah.
one day Travis and Kirk, but no. But actually, we actually know how that is. No, we're not doing that.
Dude,
he's trying. That soldier's still knocking.
Not as much as you think, but still, it's there sometimes.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
You want a segment off? I could take a break.
No, we're good.
No,
Come
I
on.
don't.
No.
I think you should take a break.
This is
That's what I meant.
You look a
No,
little
You
peaked.
want me to
no.
take a segment off? I will.
No, I do not. No.
Apparently, there's a Rigorer promo that needs to be updated.
A what promo?
Rigorer. The
Rigorer?
Austin Reeves show. That we have that lie of the day this week.
yeah, yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
I want my bodyguard on the sidelines. I don't like that you've banned
One
him.
day away from
People
Messi.
are coming on the field.
Emily, what
and
did I
I'm
hear?
not safe. I'm not safe.
Dalton Connect has a new sponsor?
Oh, he is the lemon daddy.
I thought there was another one.
He's definitely a lemon daddy because it's him and Austin Reeves that have all the posters around town.
Of all the Lakers, he keeps getting endorsements.
I think
Connect?
lemon daddy has a type.
I think there's another one.
Oh.
There's one more. I'm like, him of all people.
I have not seen him, if he has. I've been missing the Dalton Connect onslaught of promos.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other guys are starting to step up. I mean,
Let's get on that mic.
should we be surprised?
There we
that-
go.
Should we be surprised at Gabe Vincent filling it up? This is what they paid him to do. This is not like an
It's
Austin.
about time. It's been 3 years that they've been saying it.
This is not an Austin Reeves out of nowhere.
No.
Yeah.
It's not. We're all over the map.
The Blue Review with Bergman and Friends.
Angel promo coming. Our Angel giveaway.
Angels trivia, 10 o'clock hour.
10 o'clock.
Don't forget.
Hour. You bring up a good point.
Yes.
That we will get to coming up in just a little bit.
Don't tell me this isn't more fun, DeMarco, than usual.
Oh, this is great.
Okay.
Yeah. Come
Because
on.
Travis
No,
he's a negative
I'm
Nancy.
watching Travis try not to explode.
I'm actually not, and I know you're trying to get me to argue with you, and I understand your game. I am far less negative about the Lakers than I've been in 4 years.
Go ahead. Listen to Colin
4
Coward
years?
right now. He looks like he hasn't had a haircut in 5
He
years.
won't stop.
Wish I didn't need a haircut every
I
5
bet
years.
But what's
can't
up with
keep this
Colin?
up.
Why does he look so disheveled every day?
He's changing his look
Again?
I guess.
Maybe he's moving, so maybe
Oh, he
he's stressed out with the big move. He's going to Chicago.
He's moving? I didn't know he was moving. Oh.
Oh, I thought maybe he had to go back to Bristol.
I had
too.
no idea. Oh, well.
That's
Moving to
that was an inside
Chicago.
joke. Sorry.
Wow. Moving to Chicago.
Chicago's a good town.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Is it better than Manhattan Beach?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, look, this is the best place to be, but Chicago, you could do worse than Chicago.
This is the best place to be if you're a sports fan because everything ends at a reasonable time and they start not too early.
It's funny. So Dodger game was fast last night, right?
Yeah.
The game went by pretty quickly, and even then, I'm like, okay, let's wrap this thing up. Let's wrap this up.
It's going fast, and you still want to wrap it up. Wow.
Go ahead, wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
You gotta hold the cigar.
Yeah.
250.
I can't actually anymore. I can hold it. I can't.
You can
I
wave
can
it.
actually put it in my mouth, which I might do still to do it.
you should get a prop cigar, like from a prop house or something.
I wasn't trying to be funny there.
Is it Groucho Marx that always had the cigar?
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Travis. Yeah.
I could do that, but I can't puff
I
it.
think John Ferris could get you a prop cigar.
Maybe.
There you go.
Yeah, I think so. Just for the act. It's like Will Smith said in Getting Jiggy with It. It's just for the look. I don't light it. Or was that in Miami? It was one of those songs in 1998.
That's Miami.
Or like in A Fault for Our Stars, where he's like, "Oh, it's just a metaphor."
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Thank you. Go ahead, Trav. What do you got? Angels trivia in the 10 a.m. hour.
The Far Side coming up next is Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Way to go, Trav.
Thank you, DeMarco. I'm trying my very best. Next Gen, you know Next Gen, the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. And right now, for just $88, you can get a system tune-up, right? And little replacement expertise if that's what you need as well. So is your heating and AC system running at its absolute best? Is it ready to get ready for what you're going to ask it to do over the next coming months when it gets hot and you got that AC running all the time? So whether it's just keeping your current system at its best in top shape with a quick tune-up, or maybe replacing an old system, Next Gen is here to help you keep your home safe and comfortable. For a limited time, Next Gen's offering ESPN LA listeners a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. Their expert technicians will make sure your system is running safe and smooth so you can enjoy total home comfort all season long. And if your system is just banged up and you need to get it replaced, they can help with that as well. They offer professional full system replacements with the latest energy-efficient models to help you save money and keep your home at the temperature that feels right for you. Lifetime warranties, financing options, and of course that famous 5-star service. So don't wait. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN to schedule your $88 tune-up today. And don't forget, Next Gen is online at nextgenaironplumbing.com.
Join Kathy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and I for a special Monday Night Raw watch party here at Hollywood Park Casino. You can win tickets to the biggest wrestling event in Las Vegas, plus a round-trip airfare and a one-night stay. You must be present to win and 21 years or older to enter. Park party and play here at Hollywood Park Casino.
And then you just get absolutely ripped.
Yeah, it's jungle juice.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason in Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Hello, I'm Richard Navarro, General Manager at Fleming Steakhouse and Wine Bar in downtown Los Angeles, where unforgettable dining meets the heart of the city. Whether it's prime steaks, fresh seafood, or your handcrafted cocktail, we're here to make your next experience out exceptional. Call us today at 213-745-9911 to reserve your next table. We're open for lunch and dinner. Fleming's, where great steaks, good times. Call at 213-745-9911.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
Oh, you cannot outtrain your destiny? Is that what I was told? Coming out of that doctor's office in San Fran, and it was so funny. It was the same week Johnny Unitas was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. when we found out he couldn't really hold a pen, or he had to hold a pen all the time in his hand because his hand was so arthritic he couldn't open it. So he just stuck a pen in there to throw people
Like
off.
Bob Dole.
Johnny Unitas was a famous quarterback back in the day, in case, just for our younger audience.
Really?
For the Colts.
Yeah.
Let's check you out.
That was
Are
very
we
good,
at
Jorge.
that?
Little bit,
I
yeah,
guess so.
little bit,
Johnny
little
Unitas might be speaking over people's heads, I guess.
A little bit.
He's an old timer.
Pretty old time.
It is old timer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Go ahead, Doc.
Good flat top.
Sitting next to some current Rams one day, and they didn't know who Larry Allen was, and I about hit the roof.
That to me is a lot worse than Johnny Unitas. If
Right.
you don't know Larry Allen, then
And they played the same position, Chris.
yeah, but
Like, you have the makings, the
You know,
same
it's
body
funny, though.
type of being Larry Allen. Who's that? I almost punched him.
If it's 20 years before you won't know.
Okay.
No matter how big of a person that
Do
person
you
might be.
value that, like the passion, the love of the game, being a pseudo historian of the game?
Yeah,
Like,
well, I think it's
appreciate
just,
where you
some
come
people
from?
just are really good at a thing, and they do the thing because it makes them a lot of money or it gets them a lot of stuff, and they do it. And then there's
Yeah.
people that love the thing.
That's the get in where you fit in, folks.
Yeah.
Those are the people that don't love it. They're just good at it,
Right.
and they get paid a lot of money. This
Right.
is why they're doing it. Kyron Williams is a dude that can tell you who took the first carry up until the last. He is that dude. He cares about it, but that's besides the point. But I was thinking leaving that doctor's office, and I was putting my body through basically what Chris is going through, but on a smaller scale. Everything hurt. Every step.
yeah. Well, I almost died, so I don't know what.
It's
you
not
went
almost
through,
died.
9:49.
But I was dying an athletic death.
Okay.
Yeah, like my pro career is coming to an end. This is all I've done my entire life, and I can't do it anymore. And it's just weird. And do you know what? It just dawned on me. The only reason I was doing it was out of spite.
You've told me this story.
Did I tell you the story?
Yeah.
Like, the only reason I wanted to play football again, I wanted to end Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't because I hated Kurt. I love Kurt. Kurt is my brother. I wanted to hit Mike Martz, but he doesn't play football. So you're
It's as close as you can
Your
get.
proxy is Kurt Warner. I wanted to kill the greatest show on turf.
Couldn't you do like an agreement with Kurt? Like, I need you to roll out by the sidelines.
Nah. I was mercenary. Sicario time.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't even going to be a clean hit. It was going to be dirty, and I wanted to do it there. Just out of spite. It was weird.
And then T.O. ran you off.
Yes. He came in. Oh, God. You like T.O.?
I loved T.O. when he
Morales
was an
is
Eagle.
Huge T.O.
When he was an Eagle.
Respect T.O. When I was doing the Best Damn Sports Show, T.O. came in, and they didn't know what to do with the guy. This is pre-show. So
Right.
they just dumped him in my dressing room.
That's how Cappy ended up on Sedano and It's all sorry.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Really? Okay, well, anyway, just thinking about why I was putting my body through all that stuff purely out of spite. So it just made me think about you over here and why you're taking medicine and why you're working so hard to get healthy is because you want to be here. And not,
No, he wants to even scores.
Is that
I
what
do.
it is?
I when I was walking on the other side of the building, I could smell some rat droppings. So.
Yeah, okay. Is that why you're back?
No, I'm
really?
back.
Is that what you
No.
were thinking about when
No,
you were coming
I'm-
out of all that
No, no, no,
nonsense?
no.
I got some scores. Look at
No,
Trav.
Trav, stop. To be
I
completely
got
honest,
scores to settle.
This
Yeah.
is what I love doing. It's what I've wanted to do because my dad did it for years,
Yeah.
and I've followed in his footsteps. And the joy that I have had at doing this my entire life at many places, but also the last several years here and what we've built at 710 ESPN and ESPN LA with the audience and everything. There were many times in the hospital where I thought maybe it's time not to do this anymore because of the stress.
Yeah.
And what it had caused in my life. But doing this, what we do on Tuesdays, or when we go out to the community, when we do the events, that connection we have to the audience is something that we have built at this radio station, unlike most stations, other than a few handfuls that I can point to over the years. And it's really special. So I wanted to do that again. The nonsense is not something I need to be part of anymore.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what led, I got too caught up in the drama and being, a suit, if you will, which I still am, but it's kind of like, whatever.
Okay,
Because at the end of the day, it is all whatever. If you're going to die or you're going to check out, it doesn't matter.
9:52:33.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say I was going to die. I just made a reference.
It was implied.
My whole mission was to hear from the real Chris, and I think we just did.
Yeah.
That was the
You
point.
were trying to penetrate through?
I was trying to get through, and I got through. See,
There
that
you
was
go.
the whole point. See, he is in there. But just finishing that up for 1 second, and just...
I know what you're trying to do is special, but call now, 877-710.
Letting
Angels
go
Trivia coming up.
of the spite and get on with the second part. You wind up with some great folks, and I have another
And I
want to
talk
here.
about.
There.
I want to
Yes.
make it a mission every week when I'm on the air
Shoot.
because now I'm in AA, And part of AA is service. And part of it is talking to people, because I was somebody who was stubborn. And I know somebody out there is listening. In fact, I just was told that a listener had reached out to get in contact with me about sobriety.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be one of these people that's going to get on a soapbox every week.
Why?
Because
you're
it's
in a
not
position to
no,
help.
no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what to do. But if you are looking for help and you think you have a problem, or you've been told by a loved one you have a problem, I can help you, or somebody out there can help you. Because I was told for a long time I had a problem, and I didn't listen, and that led to a lot of other things. Did I have an amazing 41 years? The first 41, incredible. I had more fun and more nights and things that people would dream of. But I'm going to make sure the next 41 are even more incredible in my sober time. I'm not saying like I said, I'll still tell you Tequila Mandala is amazing and Michelob Ultras taste incredible. I'm not going to lie to you. And I smoked cigars, a lot of cigars.
Yeah.
All great. By the way, 877-710-ESPN. Angels Trivia coming up. Get on the line if you want to answer Angels Trivia with Travis.
Amazing.
The Pechanga Angels
Keep
giveaway.
going. This is great.
But
Yeah.
I want to take a moment later on in the show. That might be 11 o'clock.
I'm going to interrupt for a second.
Go ahead.
You said something right
Usually
there.
I can't get Travis off his mark.
Yeah,
now.
but go ahead.
That is important. It's not something I've heard you say before.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to be serious for a second.
Okay.
Whenever you and I would talk about you would always say, I'm going to be gone by this date or that date.
Dead?
What he just said, the first 41, I've heard that before. What I've never heard you say before is the next 41.
And life is pretty great. I don't
That's
wanna
what
screw it up.
I'm really happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Sincerely, that before it was always one of those. Well, I'm not going to be here for that. I'm going to check out long before this. That all of these things that you have planned to be with us for a while is really good news.
Listen, I have some of the greatest doctors and nurses in the world. I have an amazing support system. My family, Stephanie, my girlfriend, all of you, my teammates here, that all checked in, came to my house. I mean, DeMarco, you didn't come to my house, but Travis did. So, it 9:55, by the way. There's a lot to live for. And we're going to do another award show. We might not call it the Mandy's. It might be the Cappies or the Bammies or the DeMarcos. I don't know, but we're going to have fun. We're going to do All-Star Friday night, July 11th, coming up this year. We're going to do the golf tournament.
Yeah.
A lot to live for, my friend.
What nickname was winning? Can we say that name on the air?
What?
There was a nickname that they wanted to call it instead of the Mandy's. I don't think we can say it. Never mind. Starts with a G. I don't know if it's a bad word. Move on. Never mind. Forget that.
It's amazing how you can derail things.
Of course, I did, right?
Now I'm trying to
you
think of
pulled
what
up
G
Don't worry
word
about
we
it.
can't say
Move
on the air.
I wish I could take back. Yeah, I know.
Now I'm stuck.
Yeah, my
Now-
bad.
Travis and Bergman.
Angels Trivia. Call in right now. 877-710-3776.
It's a
that
slang
number again.
term. It's a young person term.
877-710 ESPN for your chance to win a pair of tickets to a future Angels game and a limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey. That's all coming up straight ahead.
I said it with you and Kirk, and you told me not to say it.
Well,
so
we'll see what it is. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Finally figured out that the only thing that's actually crazy is not watching college ball at Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
College Bibo's biggest games on our big screens everywhere you eat, stay, and play.
Number 2.
Desi Banks, live April 25th.
And the number 1 reason.
Moses Happy Hour is actually several hours. Get half-price brews, bites, and cocktails Monday to Thursday, 2 to 5 p. and Friday, noon to 5.
Morongo, good times.
It's amazing how you can derail things.
Of course, I did, right?
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Cappy here to tell you about my great friends at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. I'm a huge fan for so many reasons. The safety, technology, versatility, reliability, and they're all about the Subaru Love Promise. The cars are spacious and sporty. You got to go see my boy Omar and his team at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They're focused on your needs, and they're the most knowledgeable people when it comes to getting you into the right Subaru. Ocean Subaru, 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, just off the 91 freeway. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
It's amazing how you can derail things.
Of course, I did, right?
Oh, give me some Cracker Jack. I always was a fan of like the nachos in the helmet. Now, apparently, I think at Yankees games, you can get tiramisu in a helmet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw that.
We're going too far now.
With some cinnamon on them.
Tiramisu at a baseball game? Is that too far?
They got sushi. They've got everything. I mean, you name it, you can find it at some ballpark
I
somewhere.
used to be a big, when like, back in the day, Carl's Jr. at a Dodgers game in like the early 90s when...
Western bacon.
Yeah. It was like,
Western bacon
it was a
with the
fun
onion
experience.
rings?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
And
Yes,
then the
sir.
fries in the helmet.
Oh,
Underrated.
yeah.
But, and again, old Dodger dogs, Farmer John Dodger dogs. Can't beat them.
Grilled, of course.
Now it's like Jorge's product, Dodger dogs or something. I don't know.
Hey, man.
Jorge's product.
With extra cilantro. We take Cash App, Venmo.
Angels Trivia. It's almost 10 a.m. at KSP in Los Angeles.
Yeah, isn't Carl's Jr. Hardee's?
Yes.
Same thing. Okay.
But Carl Karcher was a real guy. I used to go to church with him.
Orange
no
County
way.
guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was in,
Wow.
the headquarters were in Anaheim, everything.
No
and then
way.
he sold to
Hardee's.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
The Monster Thick Burger at Hardee's.
The Monster Thick Burger.
You know, I was fine with just the
I
regular
missed that.
burgers. Now, like the
Oh.
El Diablo's screaming at me.
I don't
There's
need...
too many varieties of burgers.
Well,
I'm not going to bash Carl's Jr. like
Yeah.
you are, but I'm going to say that they're...
why do we need to put... Like, I like pepper jack cheese. I like jalapenos.
Yeah.
I like spicy things, but do we need to put every spicy thing ever
No.
invented on the same burger?
No.
It
I
don't
seems
think so.
excessive. It seems
Hot
excessive.
dog, yes. Burger, no.
No, not
Just-
even.
it's
You know what? I just
fine.
need a little ketchup. A little catsup.
Mustard.
On a hot dog.
On a hot dog?
By the
Really?
way,
Mustard and no ketchup on a hot dog.
I'm
Mustard,
looking forward to my
onions, and
one-
jalapenos.
I keep hearing ketchup on a hot dog is bad.
I don't like it.
Who says it's bad?
That's what people say.
Who's
I
people,
like
Travis?
mustard and ketchup.
Chicago.
Yeah.
They don't like ketchup on.
Yeah.
They put those tomato slices in it, though.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a Chicago dog?
Yeah.
I have had a couple at O'Hare.
Yeah.
And once when I was in Chicago. Messy, disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're messy, but they're not disgusting.
They're good.
Speaking of messy, tomorrow night, one day away.
Yeah, nice.
I want my
See what you did there.
bodyguard. They
Yeah.
won't let him stay on the sideline.
Have you seen that guy
And now
work?
people are coming on the field, and they're going to tackle me, and I don't like it.
Is that your Messi?
That's my Messi.
That's your Messi right there?
I've never even heard his voice. I just assume that's what he sounds
And
like.
Sliwa got really annoyed by it.
Did he really? Oh.
He didn't like it because he thought it was disrespectful to Messi, who's good at soccer.
Jorge, is that a big deal not having that guy? Is not having Messi's bodyguard on the field?
I was thinking you were talking about the other guy that used to sit
About
there.
Sliwa. Because, yeah, we are hurting without
That's
it.
the second part of watching Messi is watching his bodyguard do his work. Is that going to be a big deal?
I don't care about his
I
bodyguard.
might be out of gas by noon. I got to
You're
conserve it.
Work it.
I got video of him. I got video of him taking me out away from him.
Well, you're
On
going
the
to get
bodyguard?
closer now because
Yeah,
they're not
yeah.
letting him on the sidelines. He can only be in the locker room and in common areas.
That is on my bucket list, and I'm going to miss it. Dang, I want to see Messi play live.
Chris, should we do
One day
Angels
away.
trivia
Yeah,
right now?
I know.
Angels Trivia at 10:02 at KSP. Oh, no, sorry.
You ready?
Are we doing it?
We're doing it.
Should you ask the question? first?
I'm going to ask the question. I just want to make sure that you didn't have a read or something.
Oh, I don't have one right now. I'll tell you about a WrestleMania thing coming up in minutes.
Okay. So, you have a chance to win tickets to a future Angels game and one limited edition Pachanga Angels jersey if you get the following question correct. Here is your question. Prior to Mike Trout, who was the last Angels player to win the Most Valuable Player award? Let's go to Los Angeles. Let's start with Duvel. Duvel, do you have an answer to the question? Who was the MVP on the Angels before Mike Trout?
I have no idea.
He starts laughing.
Is this the great? I think that's the great Duvel.
Duvel, you want to throw a guess in there real quick?
He left.
He left. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go to Long Beach for our next stop. And Mike, who, prior to Mike Trout, who was the Angels player to win Most Valuable Player?
I'm going to go with Vladimir Guerrero.
That is correct.
That's
Vladimir Guerrero is the correct answer. And, Mike, you win a pair of tickets to a future Angels game and a limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey.
Congratulations,
All right,
Mike. Mike,
thank
what's your last name?
Gonzalez. Shout out Morales. Happy to have you back, brother.
Thank you, Mikey. Mike Gonzalez in Long Beach, congratulations. And thanks for pointing out that I'm back because I like people to, talk about me.
We know.
Good job, homeboy. Hold on on the line. We'll get your information. Thanks to our friends at Pechanga. Pechanga, great golf course over there.
That's one of the experiences, DeMarco.
Yeah.
I'll drive the cart. You're golfing.
Great.
I'll mix the drinks.
Great.
Yes. Or water if Chris is coming.
You can have a drink around.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Chris
Come
can
on,
have whatever he'd like, and I'm going to have whatever I'd like.
I found Dalton Connect is repping El Pollo Loco now.
That's what it was.
That's what it is.
Because, here's the thing. The greatness of our friends at El Pollo Loco, things are getting healthier now at El Pollo Loco. So if you, like me, have to worry about your health a little bit, and, you don't want just everyday fast food. You want something that's really tasty. Go see our friends at El Pollo Loco. The Crazy Chicken.
Nice.
I have eaten a lot of El Pollo Loco in my life. Their crunchy tacos are secret amazing.
It's a
And the tacos al carbone, of course.
Those are good. It's a great El Pollo Loco item?
What?
The chicken tostada.
It is a nice item.
It is a great item.
Really? And their salsa?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it might be a little mild for some, but I love it because it's like a pico de gallo mix. You get the house salsa. Bam!
I like that avocado salsa they have, too. That thicker green one. That's legit.
Oh, that's legit. And if you just need a quick snack, you're on the road, a BRC burrito, which stands for beans, rice, and cheese, it's going to get you there. Or a classic chicken burrito.
Nice.
I love it all at El Pollo Loco.
Bacon avocado burrito. I mean,
you like
chicken avocado.
The chicken avocado
burrito. Yeah.
That's ground floor with Connect, though, right? Guy's not a star yet. Eventually, he will be.
He's a Los Angeles Laker.
I know.
And the team's going to be a playoff team, so he's a star.
That's a good one.
And as somebody once said, you don't have to be a star to be in my show. Play that song at 10:15 for me.
To be in my story. Is it show or story?
Show.
There you go.
Don't derail things.
Dalton Connect will not be a star. I need to be on record.
Really?
I need that said out loud.
Playoff
Did
star.
you say that about
know.
Tony Kukoc in 1995?
He could be a role-playing star.
You think he's Tony Kukoc?
No.
He could be. Why couldn't he?
Because Tony Kukoc is way better than he is.
Well, Dalton Connect's new. He's a rookie.
Just because they're skinny and white doesn't mean they're the same guy.
He could be Steve Kerr.
I wouldn't say
he could be
Kukoc.
Steve Kerr. You don't know.
He could be a playoff star.
He might have a game where his role is very important. That does not make a person a star.
Ronnie James scored 39
for a week
in a G League game. Anything can happen. As the great Ellie Goulding once said.
And he's a first-round pick. Come on.
Oh, man.
10:05 Angels Trivia in the 11 a.m. hour.
Yeah. Emmy, we got another Angels Trivia question for the 11.
Oh, my God.
I got it.
Do the other one that you came up with.
Yeah, no, I got
Listen,
it.
the first hour was so good. Why don't we just replay it? Like Colin plays the 9 a.m. at the 11 a.m.
Do they do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do a monologue twice, apparently.
We used to do that occasionally.
Yeah, I know.
Not
Jim
around
played
here.
the first
Jim
hour
did.
back.
Jim did.
Well,
because I would listen and be like,
Re-rack
wait a minute, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I need a segment off. Just re-rack the first hour.
Not a lot, but occasionally.
Travis, I pay you millions.
Are you done with
Not
Angels?
millions.
Angels MVPs?
No, there's others.
Are you done with that one? The one that came before Vlad.
The one I know the answer to that too.
Go ahead.
I believe
You
it's
wanna
Don Baylor.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1979.
Yeah.
I can't believe Vlad. That was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It was 20 years ago. Oh,
That's
my God.
when that was about the last time they were in the mix.
Yeah.
There was 2 years after their World Series. They signed Guerrero. They signed Bartolo Colon, who
Bartolo Colon.
I'm not telling you what the next question is going to be, but you may want to have Bartolo Colon somewhere in your repertoire this week.
You got it in your repertoire there, DeMarco?
Yeah,
I got
Big
a lot.
Bart.
79, 2004, and then Shohei shows up, and Mike Trout. Wow.
Yep.
Mike Trout, then Shohei. Oh my
Yep.
God. Wow.
Trout, Shohei. They've had
they
had
somehow
good
did
players.
That's what I'm saying.
Not only did they do nothing.
Yeah.
And I don't know their economics, but look at the cash machine the Dodgers unlocked with Ohtani. That the Angels had him for 6 years and couldn't come close to doing something similar. That's insane to me.
Well, here's where I will leave it. The Dodgers have very impressive business people running things.
Yes, they do.
And I will leave it at that. Angels Trivia at 11 a.m.
Kind of a nod to the Dodgers, not a shot to the Angels. Did he come out of his shell?
It's not like you throwing Carl's Jr. under the bus.
Much
I did
like
not
Jorge.
throw Carl's Jr. under the bus. I love Carl's. The only reason I hate Carl's, I don't hate Carl's. Is
You just said it.
They took the Beyond Burger off the menu. That was Yes, that was a spot I could go to.
That's probably because it wasn't selling
Right,
much.
Right.
Yeah, I was buying it. Anyway.
Not enough of them.
I want a week.
That's
not
not
enough. I can't keep the store open.
You're going to need to do that thing where you just drive around the drive-through like a great white shark.
And
just
I
keep
could just
coming
make
through.
them at home. But just a trip with all the money you talk about what they're doing downtown, there's no reason this team should not. It should be middling. Seriously.
The Angels you're talking about.
The Angels I'm talking about.
No, of course not. I saw the other day I believe they're the 9th or 10th most valuable team in baseball. Then the crazy thing is,
I already know the answer. That's the thing.
They spend money.
I know.
It's not like they're tight-fisted with cash. They pay their guys.
I know the answer to what I'm asking. It's a shock. Like, how can you mess that up? Wow.
Lakers win last night. They beat the Rockets. They are in 4th place. As of today, they would play the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round. They'd have a home court advantage over the Grizz.
I like that matchup.
I do too. The problem is it's not going to last like that. The Warriors are coming on they're going to pass the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are kind of struggling. So if the Lakers stay in the 4, they might get Golden State in the 5. So the Lakers might want to move to the 3 to get Memphis at the 6. So we'll see how all of that shakes out. But as you're coming down the stretch here, and you were talking about this when we were having our conversation this morning, LeBron, last night it felt like this. It certainly felt like that on Saturday in Memphis, that there's an intensity to him on the court that I don't know was there prior to. That it feels like I don't know if it's because the playoffs are coming. I don't know if it's because he realizes they got a chance. Maybe he realizes the playoffs are coming and he's got a chance and he's 40 years old and the end is near. But it feels like his intensity has changed over the last week or so.
A lot of firsts happen. Roki goes out there first time. He doesn't have success. He has to deal with that. And you saw the way his face looked. LeBron, same thing. Luka is dropped onto your team, is traded here. So for the first time ever, you're not the big dog. You're not the future. He is. And you're going to have to kind of deal with that. And then you got the Stephen A thing when he steps up and all that
nonsense. You think that's a part of this?
All this stuff. A lot has been going on around LeBron. It seems to me like he has been challenged some.
How does the Stephen A part fit in?
I think that's the media part where they start questioning how you're raising your kid and taking shots at your son, and you have to step up and then defend the fact that you're defending your son. A lot of this talk has been about LeBron. It seems like he's been challenged, maybe from within as well, with Lucas sitting there and AR, and it seams like he is responding. Like he is really playing inspired basketball right now. Like he really, really wants this. You know, they put him on the Goon last night. Shagun, yeah. Shagun. They put him on the big. The oldest guy on the roster, they put on him. So he's accepting every single challenge. I am the king. I am that guy. That's been under fire. Let me show you how good I am. I can do X, Y, and Z and get this team over the hump. That's what it seems like.
I like all of that. I think it's all of these things are kind of coming ahead at exactly the right time. And I'm not saying that LeBron's going to pull the plug at the end of the season. I don't expect him to. I expect him to play next year and who knows how long after that, depending on how he's doing. But I think it's everything that you just said is leading to what we're seeing, which is they got Luka Doncic, where all of a sudden it went from, yeah, I guess we're in it, but we're not going to win anything, to, hey, we might win something.
We got a shot.
We got a shot. And that kind of kicks it up a notch. Combined with, I'm getting criticism that has not really been a part of my regular life. A different type of criticism from people like Stephen A. That kicks it up. Personal attacks. Yeah. That kicks it up another notch. I'm getting close to the end, another notch. That we're getting close to the end of the season, another notch. And that needle just keeps sliding up to where I think you're getting what you're getting last night. Him, Redick, all these guys talking about how Dorian Finney-Smith, you got to shoot the ball. That Gabe Vincent, you got to shoot the ball. That they're preparing themselves for the push. Where it ends, who knows? You know, they could be out in the first round. They could go to the finals. I don't know. We're going to see how it shapes. But this feels like him basically going to the whip down the backstretch of this. Like, wait, let's go. No more blanking around. Let's go. It just feels to me that this is different than it was even 2 weeks ago.
If they fail, it falls on his head. It really does. And that's what it seems like. If I'm going to go out, we're going out hard. It does. It's not going to fall on Luka. Luka's got to pass. He just got here.
It depends.
It's going to fall on LeBron no matter what happens.
Well, if Luka
the trade will
panting,
go down as ridiculous.
Oh, totally. But if this season, if they flame out, if they
It depends how they
if they
flame
keep
out.
losing and go into the play-in and then get bumped out in the first round or whatever it is, it falls on his head. This is another knock towards his greatness.
He will get a piece of it for sure.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it's exclusively his.
You got to remember, Anthony Davis won a championship here.
I know.
And was pretty much loved. We all knocked AD for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
But if you made that trade, especially with what your future sets up with Luka, because now you have to make a decision, and you went out in the first round, that's problematic for Lakers leadership that made the decision to do something that supposedly, quote unquote, LeBron didn't have part of. So now it's like, why do you? Okay, that's fine. But the point is not great.
Yeah, but
not great, Bob.
But we haven't started talking about Luka as the GOAT yet. That's LeBron. He's in that conversation. So no matter what happens with this season, he's either going to get too much credit or all the blame.
I want to go
That's
back to
just
something
where he is.
that you said, Chris, because I think we've collectively, not you, but all of us, when the trade was made, think about when the day and two after the trade, the immediate, oh my gosh, this is actually happening.
Right.
The response wasn't, they got a chance to win a championship. The response was, I don't know what's going to happen this year. They're going to have to figure it out, but oh my God, look how this opens up the future.
Right.
Because they got off to such a good start right after they made the trade and they climbed all the way up to the number 2 spot and it looked as good as it did, I think we moved the goalpost dramatically.
Absolutely.
But I don't think that that's necessarily right. I think that whatever happens this year happens this year. LeBron's going to be on this team next year.
Well,
Luka's going to be on this team next year.
45 minutes ago. Most sports fans knew that Luka was in the finals, but they don't watch Dallas Maverick games. So they didn't realize why 2024-25 Luka got traded. I'm not saying that the Dallas Mavericks made the right decision because the Lakers did benefit for a while, and they may benefit by going to the finals. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that. I think Luka's a heck of a player. But in the highlight reel of the Lakers, when you start with Jerry West or even before then, and you go all the way through, there's a moment where Anthony Davis scored against the Nuggets, that three-pointer, that we go, that helped win a championship.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have that tape yet of Luka.
Not yet.
So if it flames out in the first round, L.A. sports fans are going to be quick to go, see, you shouldn't have done that.
No,
that's how it works.
No, they won't.
No.
Really?
Now, if it happens a couple of years, then yes.
Yeah.
Not this year.
No.
Really?
No chance.
I don't know.
You really think that that if the Lakers, let's say they lose in the first round, which, by the way, not impossible. They lose in the first round.
You don't think people will be saying you shouldn't have gotten rid of Anthony Davis?
Absolutely not, because they got Luka Doncic for him. Had they traded AD for picks or some other random people, then sure.
But you say Luka's all over the place. If he has a 7-game series where he looks all over the place for 5 of those games and they lose 4-1 in the series?
It'll be 2 things will happen at the same time. It'll be Luka played like crap. Why did that happen? But it will not be they shouldn't have made the trade. They got the best player or one of the 2 or 3 best players in the league for a guy that they weren't in love with.
For the next 10 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, unless we are 3, 4, 5 years down the road and Luka continues to flame out early, no one is going to revisit this as a trade that the Lakers shouldn't have made.
Not unless he turns into Embiid.
Right.
And always hurt, always out. Yeah.
Yes. And even then, they traded him for a guy that's always hurt and never available.
Oh, see, that's Anthony Davis slander, and I won't stand for it. Angels trivia in the 11 a.m. hour.
I love
Rams. Quarterback?
Oh, shocking!
In the
You're
draft?
going to talk Rams.
Stop. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
The countdown is on. In just one day, LAFC battle Inter Miami.
In the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from BMO Stadium.
Pour it on in black and gold! The 2 biggest clubs in MLS.
And some of the biggest soccer icons around the globe.
Giroud, Messi,
Lloris,
Suarez,
Bouanga,
Busquets.
LAFC versus Inter Miami.
Oh my goodness, Denny! 1 day away.
And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
Release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Calling all Angels fans. Visit Pechanga Resort Casino on Saturday, April 5th for a limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey. Simply show your club card and receive a free jersey while supplies last. Visit the club for more details. Show your love for Angels baseball and Pechanga all season long. Don't miss your chance for a free Pechanga Angels jersey. April 5th, Pechanga Resort Casino, proud sponsor of Angels baseball.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Empower. Nick bought a new guitar, a 62 American Classic Electric. Does he know how to play? No. But Nick's Empower investment account has performed well. He got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risks. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. This is a really, really, really good guitar solo.
The stage is set at BMO Stadium for one of the biggest soccer matches of the year.
BMO Stadium is rocking for the black and gold.
Los Angeles Football Club versus Inter Miami tomorrow in the heart of Los Angeles.
Oh, what a double stay by Hugo Lloris.
It's a star-studded night in the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from downtown LA. LAFC face off with Inter Miami. Pregame starts tomorrow at 8 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
You don't have to be a star, baby, to be in my
There you go. Billy Davis Jr., Marilyn McCoo. Live Imaging Tuesday at 10:20. You don't have to be a star to be in my show, DeMarco. Remember that, Chuck.
Reminds me of a Pinto. We used to have a Pinto. That was our family car. We used to play this a lot.
And you're all still here.
Yeah, we're all still here.
Amazing.
Never got rear-ended.
Yeah.
Stop.
Live Imaging Tuesday on Travis and DeMarco. Don't forget, you can win your chance to be at WrestleMania. All you got to do is register right now at ESPNLA.com and join us Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, the afternoon show. There you go. Play that. Remember this song 30 years ago? That's when I was into WrestleMania. It was like WrestleMania 9 with Yokozuna. 10.
Oh, my God.
One of those. I was a Bret the
rest his
Hitman Hart
soul.
guy. Anyway, Hollywood Park Casino, Monday afternoon. Scott Kaplan, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, I'm going to be out there. And if you're in attendance and you register at ESPNLA.com right now, you got double the chances to win WrestleMania tickets. That's right. We'll send you to WrestleMania. Meanwhile, go ahead, Travis. Well, I don't know what you were going to get into, so I just threw it back to you. Take it away, Travis.
Hi, Em.
Hey, so
How you doing?
good.
Take it away, Em.
So the NFL approved a couple things, tabled a couple things over the course of their meetings. Okay, are we being serious, guys?
Yeah, straighten it up.
Okay.
This is sports radio.
Come on.
So, gonna rapid fire these. Give a little thumbs up, thumbs down. First reaction to their ruling off of this meeting. So, Lions' proposal to reseed the playoffs based on records has been tabled.
Boo.
Boo.
Yay.
So reseeding after each round?
No, it would be that the divisional winners do not automatically get the higher seeds over wild
Best
cards.
record gets the bye.
Right.
Then after that, all the division winners get in,
Right. Yes.
but they seed based according to record.
That's the proposal. And they
Yeah, but it
got
didn't-
tabled.
It got tabled.
Kind of happy. McVay's answer, I was like, why don't I like that? Because there are some bad divisions, and what if there's one big fish, small pond? And they wind up with 13 wins or 14 wins, and you're in a tough division and you get 10.
It cuts both ways.
It does.
It
I see
cuts
both sides.
ways.
Yeah.
But if you win, like for instance, if I were a Vikings fan last year, I'd be like, you're telling me that we went 14-3 and our reward is we got to go on the road? And by the way, that's not a weak sister division. That is a division that is top to bottom
They
pretty
earned
darn
that.
good. And I get it.
Southball,
It cuts both ways.
It
but
does.
I would like to see the regular season, the division championship or division title.
Yeah.
Still get you in.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like it keeps you out, but it just doesn't get you a home game.
It gets tabled.
Yeah.
We'll see you next year. Yeah.
Another thing, the NFL owners now have passed a rule that both teams will be allowed to possess the ball in overtime in the regular season. The original proposal was for 15 minutes of overtime, but now has been amended to 10 minutes of overtime. So in the regular season, both teams will get a shot at the ball in overtime.
So we tie, coin toss, I score, you get the ball, you score.
Now it's next score wins.
Now it's next score wins. Okay,
It's still
going to
be an issue.
Or 10 minutes is
That's
expired.
about a quarter's worth of football right there.
It's always going to be an issue when the other team loses. They're always going to scream that it should change.
Well,
We've been going through this for 10 years.
I don't mind, what do we call it? Sudden victory, because we couldn't call it sudden death. This was after. But I don't mind that. Your defense is a part of your football team. Stop me from scoring. But to make it even, I score, you get a chance to score, I win, it's over.
I love sudden death simply because the way that it was for a very long time. The
Whoever won the
winner
coin
of the
toss.
coin toss only would need to move the ball about 30 yards and they could win the game with
For
a field
goal.
Right.
I like scoring a touchdown to beat
That
me.
was a little
Yeah.
different. That was a little better, but I
Yeah.
think both teams should get
Was
the
it
ball.
Hasselbeck that said, we're
We'll
going to
take
get
the ball, we're going to
score?
win.
Yeah.
Bam, there it goes.
Pick
Bam!
6, game over, see you later, welcome to TV.
And then
Right.
I just like the uniformity of it being the same in postseason and regular season.
Yeah.
It's just the regular season could end in a tie theoretically, and the postseason obviously will not.
Right.
All right. So the last one that I have here is that the NFL's kickoff proposal was separated into 2 votes today. One that passed and one that was tabled. The football now moves to the 35 after a touchback. That has been passed. And no vote at this time on the onside kick modification. It will be back up in the May meeting. So 35 yards for every touchback.
So onside kick is still a quagmire. You still
Yeah,
have to
it's
tell
going to
them
be
it's coming.
still figured out.
And you can only do it in the fourth quarter.
But there were a couple of close ones this year.
But
couple.
You know it's coming. It kind of takes the surprise element out of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, if you got to have it, you got to have it so you know it's coming. But it's the surprise onside kick you can't do anymore.
They really want kickoffs to come back if they're going to put the touchback at the 35.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big difference. That is a
Yeah.
big difference.
So you would return it? I'd say fair catch it or just down it, get it at the 35, and let's go.
Well, no, they won't kick it into the end
Oh,
zone.
yeah.
They'll have it land at around the 5, and now
then
you got to
you
try to
gotta-
return. Now
Going
you
for the
have to
goal line.
return it.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rack them.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
Was there
that
anything
is
on
the new rules.
tush push, right?
What happened with the tush push?
Oh, yeah.
Tabled.
Tush push has been tabled.
Because
That's what I
before
thought.
the show,
Yeah.
DeMarco Farr was very handsy, showing me and Anthony from the social media team how the tush push works. He was very handsy.
Very handsy.
And I can't see out of that side.
Way
So
above
he
the belt.
stays
though.
surprised you a little bit?
The left peripheral, he was catching me
I
off
told
guard.
you it's going to be hard to legislate that.
They clearly felt there was no consensus on it. They
Right.
they didn't not pass it or pass. They just said, you know what, blanket. We'll pick it up some other
Do you
time.
remember how many times you said hip drop tackle this time last year, and it became a big fat nothing? Same thing.
I think
I
he
don't
just
know how
called you
I don't
out.
know how you officiate that type stuff.
Yeah,
I know you want to change, but how do you officiate that type
I
stuff?
don't want it changed for one specific reason. The Eagles are really the only team that's good at it.
Yeah.
If the whole
of Jalen Hurts.
if the
That helps.
whole league was able to move the ball 2 yards at will and it became rugby, that's bad for TV. That's a
Yeah.
bad TV product. But it's just the Eagles.
Didn't Buffalo get stopped?
They
And
they
they
have
got
their
Josh
version
Allen,
of it.
right.
But just because the Eagles are really good at something doesn't mean you should ban
No,
it.
I don't know. It's basically a quarterback sneak. So what you're telling me is you're going to ban the quarterback sneak? You're changing the game. That's stupid. Just get better and stop it.
Yeah. I don't. You
Or
keep saying
penalize
that.
it. What?
It's a very specific type of quarterback sneak, right? This is not Tom Brady diving over to the side of the guard. This is Jalen Hurts, who's built like a linebacker, getting pushed by 2 tight ends into the scrum.
And it's how they coach it to keep it legal. It's as soon as your hands, this is what he meant by hands or handsy.
Yeah.
As soon as your hands become extended and you start pushing the runner, that should be a penalty.
Everything that I've been reading about the Rams draft over the last few weeks,
Yeah.
Jackson Dart / a quarterback, a nameless, faceless quarterback keeps coming up. That
Right.
Should I get comfortable with the idea of A, then maybe picking a quarterback there, or B, trading that pick, moving back to get a quarterback deeper in the draft?
Okay, so you're going to pick 26 and then 90. That's a lot of players in between. So if you want to get the quarterback, Les is going to have to deal to pick up some more picks between whatever, and 90.
Let's get on the
At
mic.
least 2 more.
Let's get closer. There we go.
At least a few more picks because you do have some
So
holes
what
in your
you
roster.
don't want to take at 26 will be gone by 90, so you got to move up?
Where's the O-line in the draft?
What do you mean, where's the O-line?
Where are they going to pick up O-line?
It's got to be top of mind. That's the thing. So whatever you draft first usually is going to have to be a player that's going to help you now. If you
Right.
draft Jackson Dart or Milroe,
Right.
Or what's his first name? Jalen Milroe, then those guys are going to sit for you. That's the same thing that made Rodgers mad. Why are you drafting quarterbacks that we're not going to use?
I hear you.
Why not draft a guard, a pass catcher, a pass rusher?
It's a fair question.
Yeah.
It is a really fair question. The rebuttal to it would be, look at where the Packers are now. They got a quarterback for the next 12 years that maybe the quarterback of today hates it, but you've also put the organization in a position to have the most valuable position on the field. That's taken care of for the next decade.
Totally. Okay, so this is what I mean. So Rodgers was thinking, we can win now.
I get it.
You're thinking future.
Yep.
And both are right. Two things can be right at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on where you want to go. And is Jackson Dart that guy for you? Is Jalen Milroe that guy for you?
The next time I tell you I think I know who's going to be good and who's not will be the first.
Right.
The guys that do it for a living get it wrong half the time.
And below the top 20, I mean, I'm probably thinking DN, offensive line, corner, something other than quarterback, somebody that can help me right now. But I see
your offensive line, oddly enough, if you were talking about helping me right now, you're expecting somebody to get hurt because you got 5 starters that you feel pretty good with right now.
I think you need to restock immediately because you're good when you're healthy.
Yeah.
I don't think you're very deep.
No, you're not.
And you could be one injury away from
if it's drafting
everything.
this guy because you're anticipating what is probably a fair assumption that one of those guys is going to drop, you better hope you pick the right guy.
Right.
When, it's not a guard when you drafted a tackle or vice versa or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not like you have a glaring hole in your offensive line. The 5 starters you have coming back are pretty good.
And Coleman Shelton will probably
Shelton's back.
Will probably be your starter. So you got center
he can
depth.
swing both. He can be a guard and a center, right?
He's a center.
You almost said something else.
I mean, if you want to add some tackle depth, I wouldn't be upset with you. If you want to add some depth to your secondary, I wouldn't be mad at you. I wouldn't be mad if you added the quarterback.
Getting offensive line is vastly important for this team. You've got an aging quarterback that ended the playoff run because you had a bad offensive line at that moment. I'm not saying in general it was a bad offensive line. At that moment, he got sacked twice in that drive, and it ended.
You had miscommunication.
And they could have won and beat the Eagles.
Hold on a second.
No.
Hold on
You
a
don't need
second.
to hold on. Watch the game.
I did watch the game. No, I'm not taking the bait. That's wrong. I know that the Philadelphia Eagles might have the best defensive line in football.
And the Rams almost beat them.
Sometimes those guys win. Just because a guy like Jalen Carter gets to the quarterback doesn't mean that your offensive line needs to be rehauled. It's those guys are really good.
Your offensive line, which has been an issue for years on this team, especially with an aging quarterback, needs to be looked at. How about that?
I'm not saying that it isn't a place to go draft. I'm saying it's not the number one thing to address for sure. I would take a corner.
Take best.
That's also a good choice.
You can take best available player at that spot.
You can do that too,
and it might be a tackle. And how would you say no to that? It might be a quarterback.
What if it shakes out where all of a sudden 26, right?
Correct.
You're on the clock. Nobody's taking Jackson Dart, and you really like him.
And you haven't traded?
Yeah, you're just sitting there.
I mean, it would be hard to turn down taking the backup quarterback. But then once you get into the season and you start losing guys and you have no depth, you're going to come right back to the draft and say you made a mistake.
That's what trades are for.
Of course. And one more thing about the Philadelphia Eagles, that last play. You could count that or chalk that up to miscommunication up front.
You could.
I think that was validated when they got Shelton back, Coleman Shelton coming back, a veteran center. What they're trying to say was that was a miscommunication from your young center.
Is it okay to say, you know what, the veteran business is a great business, but why don't we get some youth because guys are aging in a game where it's not great?
But isn't this? But you're saying you got the older quarterback, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
your window is open today.
It's
right
open
now.
this season.
It's open this season.
Right.
So I'm willing to go with some age there because I gotta shoot my shot right now. What happens 2 years from now, 3 years from now? We'll fix that 2 or 3 years from now.
We were talking about it with Anthony Davis. Cooper Kupp won you a Super Bowl. One of the greatest receiving seasons ever. You didn't want to continue because he's injury prone, because it was just time, whatever. You got Devontae Adams, another person who's an aging person. Your window is closing. Puka gets hurt, so you have to defend the quarterback. And frankly, at times it seems like the offensive line isn't working. Maybe it's communication. I don't know. Or maybe you just might want to rebuild that a little bit.
You just paid the left tackle. I think you've got an upgrade at center experience-wise. As long as Havenstein stays together, Dotson is fine.
Until they're not.
Yeah.
Until they get hurt, and we see every
that's what I
announcer
mean.
talking about it on Sundays.
I wouldn't mind having depth
this
there.
is the seventh different rotation.
Are you drafting for depth right away, or are you drafting for, like you just said a second ago, something that helps me day one?
Sometimes with those guys, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
I mean, you get younger,
I think that's
stronger, faster, but it's nice to have that guy in the building.
Talking sports.
Factor Cap coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, this is DFAR, and let me tell you about this. You can win and move into a brand new house courtesy of Pechanga Resort Casino. We were just talking about their golf course. Going on now through May 30. Pechanga Club members can earn entries into the Home Sweet Win promotion. How do you like that, Chris? Home Sweet Win. By playing their favorite slot machines or table games with a club card, in addition to the home giveaway. Check this out. Pechanga is going to give away $50,000 to Habitat for Humanity. I love that. The Habitat for Humanity of Greater Los Angeles, that's Habitat LA, to aid in the rebuilding efforts following January's devastating fires, and we've all been affected by that. Entries are now live, ending at 9:30 p.m. on May 30. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. Visit the Home Sweet Win webpage at pechanga.com/home giveaway for more details.
Join Kathy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and I for a special Monday Night Raw watch party here at Hollywood Park Casino. You can win tickets to the biggest wrestling event in Las Vegas, plus a round-trip airfare and a one-night stay. You must be present to win and 21 years or older to enter. Park Party and Play here at Hollywood Park Casino.
The max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. Enjoy Century Bar and Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late night dinners. Catch up with friends on game days while watching your favorite teams, or unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails inside the Rays Lounge. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, located next to SoFi Stadium, the Forum, and the all-new Intuit Dome. Hollywood Park Casino must be 21 plus to enter. For more info, go to playhpc.com.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last two, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha. Yo, baseo.
Shouts out to Joseph S. Normand. Was in the suite last night for the Lakers game.
Oh.
Not a friend at the Marcos. Anyway, go
Will
ahead.
you stop it?
Go ahead, Ab. Take it away.
So I was looking up at, we have CBS on in the studio, and they're having a news show on, and one of the things that popped up was that Hooters is going to bankruptcy and is officially filed for bankruptcy.
It is a final.
So my statement is, you don't know where you can have your celebrate life's big milestones anymore. You used to always go to Hooters, and now you can't anymore. Travis Patrick Cap.
Cap. I think that there are other options. I've only been to Hooters once or twice, and I'm a very specific chicken wing
They have
consumer.
good wings.
They're too big.
No, they're not.
Well, that's the whole point.
They're perfect.
The wings
That's
at
why you go
Hooters,
there.
they're too big and they're too bready. So I'm sticking by that.
All right, Chris, you don't know what to celebrate life's big milestones anymore.
Well, these days my diet is a little restricted, but I did a lot of Hooters on the road when I used to travel a lot. The Atlanta one was especially
Why would you do
fun.
Hooters? Oh, I thought you meant like road Hooters, like you're taking it to go. I'm like,
No, Jorge still does that, but that's not.
That's not the benefit of Hooters.
The Atlanta one.
But
Keep going.
I did a chicken wing challenge. Shocking that I ended up in this moment. I did a chicken wing challenge once at the Hooters in Atlanta. And the chicken wings to me, but I may pick the chicken wing high. Like I'm not a put it in my mouth and just
twist and pull.
Right. I'm not that guy. I like
flats only.
Good
I like to
technique.
take the meat off, dip it in the ranch, boom, bam. But I don't know. I thought their chicken wings were good. There was one next to Angel Stadium forever. And then that became something, and now it's vacant.
We've
it's
done
a
a
Mexican
broadcast
restaurant
from
for a
there.
while.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
Yeah. DeMarco?
I'm gonna go fact, man. That sucks. They're in bankruptcy.
They're filing for bankruptcy.
That's what she
That is
said, yes.
horrible. That's terrible. I mean, yes, that's the rite of passage. Going to Hooters when you get your
kind of true.
when you
Life's big
turn
milestones.
21.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I can go in there. That sucks. Fact.
Jorge?
So the first time I went, I was turning 18, I think. They blindfolded me. So I'm walking in. So the guys at the
That
bar.
was for something else.
So the guys are reaching out. We're like, "Ooh, welcome to
Yeah,
this
you better not talk,
cool
Jorge.
bar," you know. And I was like, "Oh man, where'd you guys?" I was mad. And then when they take the blindfold, I was like,
You're not mad anymore.
interesting. I wasn't mad.
I'm very happy.
It's a very specific, very American experience.
Is the hotel still around or in Vegas?
I don't think so.
They used to have the Hooters
there was
hotel.
that
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot
That
about
became something else.
Across
And,
the
yeah,
road.
it
and it
does.
still smells of chicken wings. They say, like, no joke.
Seriously,
They say.
that's great.
Blue towel, red towel. Hear about that one?
Huh?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why do you do this?
Blue towel, red towel at that same hotel. You guys don't know? Okay.
Nobody knows what you're talking
oh.
about. All four
If you
of
don't
us.
know, you don't know. Okay.
You
Blue
did
towel
this
meant
last
Don't
hour.
know.
blue towel meant guess. Red towel meant something else.
Angels trivia at 11 a.m.
My aunt, like for her birthday, and it was like, she's not a young person, but for her birthday, she wanted to go to a Hooters. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
It's an owl.
Go off, Queen.
Let's go in.
Go
So
off, Queen. I like that.
Arsenal FC, the soccer team, has launched a new program called The Big Match. And they're calling on single supporters in the UK to apply to be part of the production, which will involve attending a blind date with a fellow supporter of Arsenal, centered around Arsenal games. So basically, they want to do a dating show for Arsenal fans at Arsenal games where they want people to fall in love based on their love of this soccer team. Got me thinking, someone liking the same team as you is important in a life partner. That they are rooting in the same teams
That's a good one.
as you. Chris, Fetcher Cap.
Fact. I think fact. That's what I'm going to go with. You
Okay. Any more explanation?
Try to
Have you ever dated
elaborate.
someone
I
who
was
hates
giving
your
you
teams?
Runway.
Yeah, I was trying to think. So, like, for instance, my current relationship and my last relationship, I hope, with Stephanie, she's a Jayhawks fan, and I'm a Duke fan. Now, I'm not as much of a Duke fan without Coach K, but this time of year, I'm kind of into it still. So that's nice. I've had people that have venom for my teams, like real venom, and it just wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Because they took it very seriously.
Yeah.
And I was like, who's this person for this 3 hours? So, yeah, I would say fact.
DeMarco?
Definite fact. Yeah, that dating no 49er fan ever. Yeah.
Well, you work with Jorge.
But what if she's like
Dating.
perfect?
No.
She's perfect.
She's not
10 out of
perfect.
10, but
if you root for
a
that
Niner
team,
fan.
you're not perfect. Sorry, Jorge.
Okay.
I don't mean I'm not a date, but you know what I mean. This is dating. Heck no.
Like, I dated a Giants fan once, and
'Cause
it was
part-
really tough.
Yeah, part of being a Niners fan is hating the Rams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, no, that's a non-starter. That's a no.
All right, Trav. Having someone like the same team as you is important.
You know what Chris said, I think, factors into it. If they're super into it, that would be problematic. But if they don't care, like they don't have to like my team, they just can't actively hate my team.
And there's also
Right.
like
I
a fun
think
little
that would be
rivalry,
weird.
you know, like
Yeah.
if everyone takes it like not so seriously.
Yeah. If it's more, you know, I don't know, a little more friendly rivalry as opposed to they literally
Yeah.
want to watch you suffer, then I think
Especially if
it's
hot.
fact.
Yeah, if it's hot right now. Are there any Steeler Ravens?
I'm sure.
Relationship?
I'm sure. It's just that you know, I have it, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
hell
if it was
no.
very chill, it'd be fine.
Is
Plus, it's easier.
is Virginia's number one rivalry Virginia Tech?
Yeah.
Okay, so you meet somebody that is just perfect, but they're rabid Hokie fans.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I live with my family,
Yeah.
and they're all Hokie fans. Jorge.
Oh, it's easier. She wears my jersey. She can wear my jackets. You know, she can wear it's just easier. We root for the same teams. We can go to the same game. We just have a good time. You know.
You converted, or you guys rooted for the same teams?
The only difference we have is our soccer team, like because her dad grew up watching a certain team.
Yeah.
And I grew up watching different ones, so it's like Chivas, Cruz Azul kind of thing. But other than that, it's like we have the same liking to teams.
All right, one last one for you guys. So there's a movie coming out later this month called Warfare, and in it there is it's like 10 or so guys on it that it's all taking place in Iraq in like I want to say like 2006 maybe.
Ooh.
About one day in Iraq. And
That was a tough time in 2006.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's like basically 10 of internet's boyfriends, basically like very cute little guys that are actors that are up and coming now.
Oh.
And they filmed this all together. They seem to have a good bonding experience, and all of them came away with a tattoo. They all got matching tattoos for being on this movie because this movie impacted them so much. So it got me thinking, you would get a group tattoo. Like, you're swept up in a similar thing. Like, you are with a group of 10 other guys, and like, hey, we're all getting it. Let's all get a tattoo, even if it's teeny tiny. Jorge, sorry, not Jorge, DeMarco, Dr. Cap.
No, Cap. Hell no. No, I'm not getting the tattoo.
Wait, we're not gonna get the Hooters logo?
No, we're not getting the Hooters logo. Well,
Just
it
the
depends.
eyes. Just the eyes.
It depends on how that night went. Right. If it's one of them nights, maybe. But no. I'm not getting the tattoo to commemorate our misery together. No, not going to happen.
Travis?
I did exactly that. That's what led to my tattoo. It was one of those nights. It was one of my best friends, and we both had the same bad idea simultaneously, and we went and did it. And the next morning, I was like, that was a huge mistake. So I can't say Cap because I did exactly that. So fact.
Chris?
I have no tattoos, but I want to get some eventually, and I think I would definitely do it. Like the Yachtly Crew guys all have a Yachtly Crew tattoo, and they've teased me, are you going to get the tattoo now that you're so close with us? And I'm like, yeah, I would do it.
Where you get it?
I don't know. Now that I'm a little bit smaller, and hopefully smaller in the future, I might like go for the bicep if
There
I
you
can
go.
work them back to where they were before. But
Okay.
I don't know. But I would definitely do it. If you guys were like, listen, we're going to get a group tattoo for the cardiac kid, that's me. I would say let's do it.
10:45.
Yeah, exactly. Angels trivia coming up in 15 minutes.
Jorge?
Yeah, let's get hashtag cardiac kid. How about that?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Nice.
You guys have a good time with that.
There you go.
I've already made that mistake once.
Well, you
mine
got
in.
that Keyshawn tattoo on you?
No, wasn't Key.
Which one?
Antonio Vernon. We both made the same terrible decision.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Terrible decision. Fact Caps brought to you by the law office of Joseph S. Normand. You have many choices in your legal team, but with Joe, family always comes first. Call 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand. That number again, 213-747-2000. You can go online at normandlegal.com. 213-747-2000. Speaking of your favorites, the 49ers, I'm missing something on them. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The stage is set at BMO Stadium.
The countdown is on. In just one day, LAFC battle Inter Miami.
In the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from BMO Stadium.
The two biggest clubs in MLS.
And some of the biggest soccer icons around the globe.
Giroud, Messi,
Lloris,
Suarez,
Bouanga,
Busquets.
LAFC versus Inter Miami.
Oh my goodness, Denise!
1 day away.
And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here.
12 minutes in front of 11 o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday. Travis and DeMarco chat. Have you gone to ESPNLA.com yet to register? We got a big remote coming up on Monday at Hollywood Park Casino. You could win WrestleMania tickets. Hit it, Jorge. The classic WrestleMania song from 1993. As a young Christopher Morales was running around pretending to be Bret the Hitman Hart, taking on Yokozuna. Well, Monday at Hollywood Park Casino, we'll be broadcasting live the afternoon show. Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, myself, in person, pressing the flesh. If you register at ESPNLA.com right now, and you come on out, you got to be in person Monday afternoon to win. You can win WrestleMania tickets. Plus, we'll have other giveaways. And you get to take a picture with O'Shea and Lindsay.
Nice.
That's not bad.
Nice.
Angels trivia in 10 minutes. Meanwhile, Travis, take it away.
Do you know who Bret the Hitman Hart is?
I know the name. I couldn't pick him out.
I thought you were going to say Brett Butler.
No,
that's Dodge,
I know
early
who that
90s
is.
Dodgers trivia.
Yeah,
Dodgers, Braves, Giants, at the time Indians.
Yeah, Indians.
Yep.
I hope this WrestleMania doesn't suck.
What would make it suck?
John Cena not living up to his end of the bargain, being a heel. And he's doing a great job. He's making you hate him. I just hope it doesn't suck. It all depends. Sometimes they do suck.
Where is WrestleMania this year? I should know
Great
this,
question,
but
because
I
I'm
don't.
not going. I don't know where it is this year. I have no idea.
Well, wherever it is, we're going to send you.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a wrestling fan, Morales.
I was in the 90s.
It's in Vegas.
It's in Vegas this year? Oh, my God.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Jorge. Oh, that's right.
But you can't stay at the Hooters
That
Hotel.
is Bret the
You can't
Hitman
say-
Hart.
This was in when I was in Studio C way back when, and then I gave
Yeah.
it to Funchy. But yeah, look at that. Classic Bret the Hitman Hart.
The best
figurine.
there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
The excellence in execution.
There you go. Guess
That
who
was
ended
his
his career? Goldberg. Kicked him right in the head.
Don't stop. No,
I'm
he
dead
was
serious.
the excellence in execution, and then his phrase was, the best there was, the best there is, the best there
I
ever
just
will
said
be.
that.
Well, Travis didn't get it.
I just said that to Travis.
He said, oh, that was his thing? He didn't get what you were doing, so I explained it.
I just told him that. Thank
Listen,
you.
CTE.
Thank you very much. Cardio, Indo,
Cardiac
brand.
kid. Cardiac kid. Cardiac kid.
Cardiac kid. There you go.
1050.
Yeah. Nice.
The Blue Review with Bergman and friends. Did you watch this morning's episode with Wayne Russo?
I did not. I was prepping my
Well, you
show.
can watch it right now on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. The Blue Review with Bergman and
Nice.
friends.
Where were you going?
I forget.
Doesn't matter.
Dodgers?
I forget.
No.
No, it was.
They got big bats.
I remember. Are
What?
you ready?
Go ahead.
All right. So, all the over-unders for the upcoming season are out, right? Win totals
For the
NFL.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And the Rams win total is 9.5, which seems about right. They won
That's
10
fair.
games last year.
Take the
Seems about
over.
right.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't get. The 49er number is 10.5.
Really? Okay.
And let me just run through this real
Go
quick,
ahead.
okay? Here are the players that were in San Francisco during this run that are no longer there. Keep in mind, they were in last place last year. They finished in fourth place in the division.
Beat up. Yeah.
Now, maybe that's part of the reason they have a high, because they're going to get that fourth place schedule, right? But Debo Samuel, Aaron Banks, Jalen Moore, Elijah Mitchell, Josh Dobbs, Javon Hargrave, Malik Collins, Shavarius Ward, Dre Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufunga, and Leonard Floyd are all gone.
That's basically their whole team.
And you're telling me that they're going to win 10.5 games?
Okay, so the guys that are still there, you have to assume Christian McCaffrey is going to be Christian McCaffrey.
That's a big assumption.
That's a huge assumption.
Yeah.
But if he is, he's a game changer. He changes everything. He is that good.
And if he's not, they're dead in the water.
Okay, but if he is that good, just assume he's at full strength and
Okay.
he is that good. He
Okay.
is good enough to carry them to, or at least you'd be in 10 games.
Sure.
George Kittle is one of the best tight ends in the game right now. Still one of the best.
Okay.
Blocking and receiving.
I like Kittle, and Kittle's had a great career, but is he still that?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, tight ends seem to age pretty slowly.
I'm not arguing, I'm asking.
Yeah, me too. I'm just saying
Yeah.
they tend to age pretty slowly.
Okay. Because for many years, when I saw Kittle, I'm like, oh, this guy's going to murder us. And he did.
Yeah.
For the last couple of years,
Been
it's
different.
felt like you could deal with him.
Okay, and Brandon Ayuk is still there, but he may not
They
be for
may
long,
not
and he's
be,
injured.
yeah.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is, I think they're giving the nod to Brock Purdy. And there are some people that think he is knocking on the door of elite versus the other way.
Be my guest.
That's what I'm saying. I'm more
And if
of...
he's knocking on the door of elite, and then you're just trading away all the things that might help him along the way, it's not very good.
You're going to have to. It's the economics of ball. You're paying him. You're going to start to lose some high-priced guys. That's how it goes. That's how Seattle was dismantled.
Sure.
But they're assuming he's going to be good. They're assuming Christian McCaffrey is going to be back and healthy, and they're assuming George Kittle is still George Kittle.
So on one...
And a fourth-place schedule.
If we're doing the scales, right? On one scale, you got to tell me that Christian McCaffrey stays healthy, Brock Purdy is really good, and George Kittle has a lot of gas in the tank.
Yes.
Versus everything else.
And a fourth-place schedule.
And yes, fair.
Factor that in.
And a fourth-place schedule.
Right.
That's a lot of coin flips on this side of the scale.
True.
I think McCaffrey's health is a coin flip. I think
Yeah.
Purdy being really good is a coin flip.
You know, now that I think about it, I wonder, not to cut you off, I wonder if that's why McVay was so against this whole playoff thing, because it could benefit them playing a fourth-place schedule. You may win the division, and they may have a better record.
Well, if they win, yeah. I mean, I don't follow on that.
You may win your division.
Yes.
Lose tougher games, but win the West, and they may have a better record
Well,
than
they
you.
wouldn't.
They'd win the division.
I guess they
In
would
the
win the
same
division.
Yeah.
Even if they feast on weaker teams, I guess.
Because the first thing is
Yeah.
overall record. Second thing is record inside the division.
Right.
Yeah. So
okay,
if they,
scrap that. Never
yeah.
mind. Is that right?
Yes.
Is there a way they could lose the division?
You
win the
can't
division,
have a better record
and
than the division winner and not win the division.
overall record?
Yes. Am I missing something?
No, I'm thinking.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
It's why the Lions won
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Thank
over
you.
the Vikings.
Okay. Well, anyway, forget all that. But they're assuming Brock Purdy's going to be pretty good. Where do you sit on him? He's not horrible.
As a fan of a team that's in his division, I like that they're throwing in with him.
Right.
Because I don't think
You
that's
don't
a great
think he's
idea.
that great.
I love them to be anchored to a quarterback that's only average.
That's the only thing I can see that this guy is better than we think, and he mops up that fourth place schedule. That's the only thing I could see why you would put them ahead of the Rams as far as win.
That's a
win-loss
lot
totals.
of really good players that left that team.
Yeah, but you've got key spots. You've got a game changer at running back. You've got a pseudo elite
Put it
quarterback
this way, if it were Saquon
and a pretty good coach.
I would be like, okay, but
Right.
McCaffrey is hurt as often as he's not.
True, but when he's healthy
Yeah.
and when he can go, the dude is an absolute game changer. So that makes sense. Who else?
Who else what?
What do they have for the Cardinals? Do you have that?
I think the Cardinals were at maybe 6.5, and then Seahawks were 7 something.
The
but
team to me that feels like they could be the weak link in the chain in the division is Seattle. That if Darnold reverts back to what he's been everywhere he's been other than one season in Minnesota where they had a very good offensive line, a lot of weapons, a very good quarterback-friendly coach, if this goes back to the other things he's had, he could be a pumpkin very quickly.
especially when Seattle traded away their
Yes.
2 receivers
Yes.
in Lockett and DK Metcalf.
For some reason, I see him starting but not finishing as the starter.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Me either. It flames out. They start booing him in Seattle, and you wind up.
And they have
yanking
an escape hatch on that deal. They can get out after
That's
1
what
year.
I'm saying. I could see him going back, and what you saw the last 2 games of his of Minnesota last year. The Sam Darnold we saw the last 2 weeks is the guy that shows up for them the first 8, and then they yank him. You could see that happening, right? With absolutely no support whatsoever.
I am a Sam Darnold fan.
Yeah.
I liked him at SC. I thought that he got a really bad deal in New York. I thought he got a bad deal in Carolina, and I was happy to see him do well in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm not sold.
Says a lot.
I am not sold. I think that the second the stuff started happening again, he went right back to that other guy.
13 wins, and they said no.
They said no
money.
because
Right.
the Lions and the Rams terrorized him both times.
He looked bad.
It wasn't just those 2 games were back to back, and so.
Yeah.
But when the Rams beat him on that Thursday night at SoFi, they beat the snot out of him in that game.
You know what's sad? That means Minnesota, besides him, is really good.
Yeah,
they're really, really good.
And look, I get why they decided J.J. McCarthy is. Let's get that started. Let's get that because
he may not be better than Darnold. We can just do it for cheaper.
He may not be. You could do it for cheaper, and he might be. And even if he's just the same, we didn't lose anything. We just saved a ton of money.
True. Yes.
Yeah. That to me seems like the one. And then Kyler Murray's 5'8" or whatever he is. I never liked that.
Never. Who has the highest win total this year? Who do they project? The Eagles?
I didn't look at it.
KC
Probably
again?
KC, yeah.
Buffalo?
I bet it's KC. Buffalo
in there?
Buffalo's
Okay.
got 2 bad teams in the division, so
Yeah.
that helps. You got New England and the Jets and Miami's not great.
I wouldn't be 13 wins.
They usually put a hook on there somewhere. 13. It's 12.5 or 13.5.
There you go. Yeah.
Or they might go 13.5, which, by the way, 14-3, even if you're awesome, is really hard to do.
No doubt. You think Kansas City's back next year?
I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
And that's a tough division now.
It is. Even the
tough.
worst team in that division with the Raiders is not terrible anymore.
No, this could be your change.
The highest win total projected is 11.5, and a couple teams have it. It's the Ravens, the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Eagles.
I agree with every single one of them. Every single one of them. Yep.
Angels trivia questions coming up in the 11 o'clock hour. In fact, why don't you give us a call right now? 877-710-3776. That's 877-710-ESPN for your chance to win a pair of tickets to a future Angels game and a limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey. That's straight ahead.
Wally
Travis
Joyner?
DeMarco,
You got Wally Joyner
710.
stuff?
You
Wally
don't have
Joyner
to
stuff?
Stick around to find out. It's
Wally
next,
Joyner?
710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Finally figured out that the only thing that's actually crazy is not watching college ball at Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
College Beeball's biggest games on our big screens everywhere you eat, stay, and play.
Number 2.
Jesse Banks, live April 25th.
And the number 1 reason.
Moses Happy Hour is actually several hours. Get half-price brews, bites, and cocktails Monday to Thursday, 2 to 5 p. and Friday, noon to 5.
Morongo, good times.
The LPGA.
You deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
At Hyundai, we make a big deal about the little things, like the little fact that 9 Hyundai vehicles have earned IIHS top safety picks this year, and offering a little thing called America's Best Warranty, because delivering safety and quality, pretty big deal. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.
Test drive a new Hyundai today at your local Hyundai dealer, where every Hyundai comes standard with America's Best Warranty, plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Visit buyhyundai.com to find the dealer nearest you. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
11 o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday on the Travis and DeMarco Show. When you hear that music, it's time for Angels Trivia. Thanks to our friends at Pechanga Resort Casino, one of the best golf courses I've ever played outside of Black Gold.
What are you looking for?
What are you looking
Paper
for?
towel. There you go. Thank you. Don't ask me why. Keep going.
Gosh, you love to derail.
Keep going.
As a derailer,
Keep
I respect
going.
your amount of derail.
You should not be distracted. Go
His
ahead.
derail quotient.
Go ahead.
Time for Angels Trivia. You could win a chance to go to an Angels game and that limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey. Travis, why don't you take it away with Angels Trivia?
All right, so we're going to start in Huntington Beach with Tom. Tom, are you there?
I am here, Travis. Good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Here's
morning,
your
Tom.
question, and you get the first crack at this. During the Angels World Series run in 2002, where they were the world champion, who was World Series MVP in 2002?
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Oh, sorry there, Tom. All right, we're going to go to the next one. Montebello is our next stop, and Gilbert. Gil, are you there?
Gilbert, good morning.
Yeah, I know the answer.
Go, Gilbert.
Hit me.
Troy Gloss.
There we go. Bam. Troy Gloss is the correct answer. Good for you, Gilbert. Gilbert, what's your last name?
Kubias. Gilbert Kubias.
Gilbert Kubias, congratulations. Troy Gloss was number 25, wasn't he?
Correct.
Yeah. Gilbert, who are you going to take to that Angels game, Jack?
Man, one of my best friends, he's a big Angels fan. Shout out to the lawyer, Jose.
Oh, the lawyer, Jose. I have a feeling Jose's got
With
you.
an H.
Yeah. Jorge might have used Jose once or twice. But anyway, congratulations. Stay on hold. Have a beautiful day, okay?
And we've
Thank you.
You're welcome. We've got more Angel Trivia tomorrow, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And then coming up during Mason Ireland Lie of the Day, thanks to our friends at Rigorer, Austin Reeves, you could qualify all week with the Lie of the Day to win the $50 gift card code to Rigorer.com. And on Friday, they will pick the grand prize winner who wins the Austin Reeves shoes.
Very cool.
Signed Austin Reeves shoes.
Collector's
Then
items.
the afternoon show this afternoon, they've got tickets to Saturday's big women's rematch, USA Women's National Team versus Brazil at SoFi Stadium. The first women's sporting event at SoFi Stadium. You can win tickets this afternoon on the afternoon show. We got giveaways all day long, but we can't figure out how to give away DeMarco Farr. DeMarco, good morning.
Wow. I'm just Hall of very good for Troy Gloss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hall of solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole team was like the 88 Dodgers.
320 home runs. You were World Series
Now
MVP.
Oral Hershiser's
Yeah.
getting credit because he's a broadcaster, but they were not giving him credit for decades.
So his Hall of Fame candidacy is getting like real momentum.
I will go to Cooperstown.
It is getting real momentum.
Will we, if you come with me, and I'll pay for your trip to Cooperstown.
Yes.
Will we be in with
Have you
Oral?
been?
No. Will we be in with Oral?
Oh, I would imagine we could do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I've never been to Cooperstown. I want to do that.
Can you imagine us going to Cooperstown and
Yes,
not
I
inviting
could.
DeMarco?
No. Yeah. Go ahead.
In fact,
Have you
what
been
would
to Marco?
I've been to Cooperstown.
Imagine if you went to social media and you see a picture of Oral Hershiser, Travis, myself, and Sliwa together.
I'd be so happy for Travis.
Thank you, DeMarco. Where did you go?
And
With
Beto.
Tiny Felder, my cousin. He
Oh,
made
sure.
us go. Who was going? One of his friends.
One of his
I was
teammates got inducted?
I was in college because I lived with him. He
Edgar
made me go.
Martinez.
Was it Edgar that was going?
Might have been.
Was it going?
Could have been. He was. When did your cousin play with the
I thought
Mariners?
it was a Brewer.
Who?
You just said Mariners.
He played for the Mariners and he also played for the Brewers. I think it might
Oh,
have been a Brewer that was
Robin
going.
Yount?
I think it might because it was. I was corrected. His real name is Robin Yount.
Oh, okay.
That's how you pronounce it.
I'm
but
going to go with
sounds
Yount.
I know.
I'm going to stick with Yount.
Right.
Jorge, don't say it.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
you-
told me that his wife told me it's actually pronounced Yunt. but
You
we
may
say
not
Yount.
want to say that. I'm just saying.
Yount. Y-O-U-N-T. Yount.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yes. And been to Canton. The only place I haven't gone is Canastota. That's the Boxing Hall of Fame.
Have you been to Springfield, Mass? That's basketball.
I haven't been to basketball either.
That's where young Bronny James will be one day.
Someday, you know, I swear to all.
Hey,
all
don't
that's
laugh.
about-
You don't know.
It's for
no,
when
that's
his,
funny.
It's
Yeah.
when his dad gets inducted.
He'll
There
be
you go.
attending.
I did not know Oral wasn't in the Hall of Fame.
No.
That's my biggest fight of all time.
I had no idea. I thought he was already in. Oh my
Nope.
God, no brainer. What keeps him out?
Well,
So here's the thing. There are a couple of like automatic tickets, right? X amount of wins, X amount of strikeouts, that there's like a threshold. If you're over that thing, you go automatically, and he's just shy on a couple of those.
he had the
Really?
greatest
Let me see.
pitching season in Dodgers history, frankly. Nobody likes to talk about it because everybody got swept up in Clayton Kershaw, and I know, don't tweet me. And here's the other thing. There's sort of an unspoken code. He didn't end with the Dodgers, and he ended with the Giants, which was actually really sad.
Well, that's not true. I'm not trying to correct.
says Dodgers
he finished with the Dodgers. He came back.
Okay,
2000
but we
Dodgers.
all-
I understand what you
what I'm
mean.
saying. You know what I'm saying.
I know what you mean, but
he went on to keep pitching great. So here's what destroyed his run with the Dodgers: the strike in '94. He was having a great season. That could have been a World Series team. That '94 Dodgers team with Raul Mondesi, Eric Karros, Mike Piazza. And then he went to the Indians. They went to the World Series. Then he ended up at the Giants of all things because he wanted to keep going. Then he came back to the Dodgers to retire. But
he's a Cy Young Award winner, a multiple-time All-Star. He's a World Series Most Valuable Player, a National League Championship Series
Holds
Most Valuable
the
Player,
record.
an American League Championship Series Most Valuable Player.
Right.
Like he's a Silver Slugger. Like his resume is
and he still holds the record for
fantastic.
scoreless consecutive innings.
Yep.
59 and a third, I
What's
think.
the
right?
threshold for wins?
300.
Oh.
How many wins has he had?
200.
Yeah.
So you're going to call him out?
By the way,
You're going to call him
but
out
you know
to
what I mean?
Marco?
Okay,
Yes.
so but
No,
but it's changed. It's
yeah.
changed a great deal. Like Clayton Kershaw is going to walk straight into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
First ballot Hall of Famer, might be a unanimous selection. Clayton Kershaw has something like 220 wins. So it's not a lot more. It's just that there's kind of these moving targets on these different things. And
Pitch consecutive games in the playoffs.
Like
Oral
I said,
Hershiser.
I could've
came out of the
sworn he was already
bullpen
in.
and saved a game against the Mets.
You can't tell the story of baseball without mentioning him.
Well, it's been done many times, unfortunately. But now Oral's
Crazy.
getting his credit, and I
It's
say
getting Mo.
partly because of this radio show,
It's
having
getting
him on and going to Legends Attic.
I think both of those things help. Him being as good as he is on TV
Yes.
also helps a tremendous amount. He is as good at that as anybody's done it in a very long time.
Absolutely.
He's incredibly
Even
insightful.
though he's held back by
funny.
Joe Davis.
Stop it. Stop it.
2,000 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe, we love you so much.
Joe's great. No Joe blasphemy here.
It was great to see Billy Mack in person last night.
Did you get to see Billy?
Billy is one of the nicest people in our business,
Yep.
which is saying
Nice.
something,
Yeah.
and gave me a hug and said, "You feeling okay? It's great to see you. You look great."
He's the sincerest guy too.
Right.
Like a lot of people.
Because like when
"Hey,
Trudell,
buddy."
Trudell
He's
says
awesome.
it to me, I'm like, "Yeah, this guy's full of it." No, I'm just kidding, Trudell. I love you.
All right, I got a Dodger question for you. Last night they win again. They win comfortably. They beat the Braves. They're 6-0. First time they've been 6-0 since 1981. It tied the L.A. franchise record. They're closing in on the all-time franchise record, which is 10-0. So we'll see whether they get there. Tyler Glasnow pitches his first game of the season. He's not good. He's very good. He's just kind of cruising and wiping guys out. The Dodgers basically put that game on ice by the fifth inning. They had a 5-0 lead. By the sixth inning, they had been up 6-0. Tyler Glasnow pitches 5 innings. They took him out. I think he'd only given up a hit or two. Pitch count wasn't high. He was cruising, et cetera, et cetera. Are they going to have any of their pitchers pitch deep into a game all season long?
No.
And
Why? You don't need to.
That's what I'm saying. It's so weird that you can, because usually it's like in a game like last night, traditionally, a guy that at that pitch count would pitch the sixth inning for sure and maybe the seventh, right? Last night he came out in the fifth. It was a no-brainer. Sit him down, get him off his feet, save his pitch count, save his innings total, all these things. And they're going to win a bunch of games like they did last night, where by the fourth or fifth inning, it's over. The Dodger bullpen is not going to give back 5-run leads almost ever.
No.
That's almost never going to happen. So these guys only have to pitch 5 innings a game.
Yeah, that's what it
and,
seems like.
and you've got 5 or 6 or maybe even 7 or 8 starting pitchers that can slot in and do these things. This idea of, it may happen organically. It may just be that you can get these guys out of the game by the fifth inning 80% of the time. And I all of these things just add up, and that 117 win total seems more and more realistic every single night I watch them play.
I think it'll be few and far between, and why would Dave do it if he didn't have to? But at some point, every now and then, somebody's chasing a no-no, a perfecto.
So Dave has a reputation of not giving a damn about that.
I mean, but if you're in the middle of a 10-game win streak, everything's going well, and you got a guy that's hot and he's chasing a no-no or a perfecto, you might want to let him do it.
He has not done historically.
literally
Dave
pulled
Roberts
somebody
pulls
out.
the plug.
He pulls them out.
If everything is going well, pitch count is great, it all sets up to we can let this guy run without hurting us.
No, he's getting a call from upstairs. Hey, pull him out. They don't care. They don't care.
I think it depends on who it might be.
You
Like
might-
let's say
yeah.
it's Yamamoto. They might
Let him
ride
go.
him. If it's Ohtani, no chance.
Absolutely not.
If it's Glasnow, I think it's a no chance.
The guy that Snell. Snell goes out there. He's having one of those days.
But here's the thing with Snell. Snell threw a no-hitter last year. He's got one.
Right.
So it's not like you got to check that box for his career achievements.
Got one here.
Well,
and it's going well.
I don't think,
just saying.
I don't think the Dodgers care about he gets one here. I think they care of whether they win the World Series and he's healthy when
You're
they
not
need to
going
do
to see
it.
a situation like Fernando
No,
late in his
God,
career
no.
where they
That
let
would
him
be
go.
dumb.
He was
Yeah.
wearing the Edward James almost glasses. They're not
No,
letting that happen.
that would be dumb. No, you'd
They're
be
not letting that happen.
That would be reprehensible.
So, same question with the position players. Last night they're up 6-0. I think it's in the 7th inning. And here comes Show. Here comes Mookie. Why not get those guys off their feet? Or do you do what they did last night where Freddie, I know he slipped in the shower or whatever. Do you just give them a day or two off per week and you let them play the 9 when it's time to play the 9?
Play the 9 and give him a day off. I wouldn't want to rip a guy out of the lineup
What's the
while
difference?
he's playing. I
What's
don't
the
know. I mean, I wouldn't want to give up the at-bat.
Well, you're going to give up a whole game's worth of at-bats?
I mean, give me the whole 9. I'll take tomorrow off. And let's
but
go.
that's the thing. The at-bat number is going to be the same. Whether I play 2/3 of every game or take 1 out of every 3 games off, it's all the same.
Tell you, I was in bad shape at one point earlier this year. I never slipped in the shower.
11, 12.
That's not the same.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You're heading
Yes,
towards
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Hey, what happened in the shower?
Exactly.
He slipped.
That's all we know? Why are you smiling when you say that?
Let's cut that up. That's a great job.
My
What
son
happened in the
Bobby.
shower?
What happened in the shower?
My son Bobby had a great line about that exactly. We were talking yesterday. He goes, "If it were anybody other than Freddie Freeman, I'd call BS."
Oh yeah.
But because it's Freddie, you're like, yeah, okay. Like Freddie's the nicest, most
believe it.
honest, most trustworthy, most and I say this affectionately,
got
like
you.
the squarest guy in the league.
Yes.
He's
Even
got a
his hair.
flat top that says you can trust me. and so if he's saying
My
I
haircut
slipped,
says you can trust me.
if he's saying
Oh,
I
my
slipped
God.
in the shower, I believe him. He slipped in the shower.
Wow. Well, I mean, I think if you're Dave, it'd be smart. If you've got the game in hand, get your guys out and rest.
I got a couple of numbers
Yeah.
for you. I want to hit you with this because it may get stupid and it may happen fast. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey, what happened in the shower?
Wildfires don't just destroy homes, they leave families terrified.
It looked like someone had dropped a nuclear bomb out today, and I couldn't recognize the streets.
If the Eaton fire took everything, call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob. One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy, spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Open your world to all that SeaWorld San Diego has to discover. Make new connections with orcas, belugas, dolphins, and more. Explore all new depths with Jewels of the Sea, an immersive experience featuring vivid displays of awe-inspiring jellyfish species opening this spring. And set sail on a flavorful journey as you sample your way through an all-new menu at the Seven Seas Food Festival. There's so much more to SeaWorld than ever before. Save up to 55% on tickets, fun cards, and passes during our spring break sale. Hurry, offer ends soon. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Well, here we are again, and I got to tell you, Jim, this match has me really concerned.
Here we have a powerful heavyweight, a train, weighing in at 6,000 tons. And this hasty lightweight challenger, a car, at just 1.5 tons?
This does not bode well for the car, or the people in it.
It's no contest. Every day, people are injured or killed trying to beat a train at rail crossings. See tracks, think train.
11:17 on a live imaging Tuesday. By the way, happy April Fool's Day.
Did you see Tiger's joke?
From your station of fools. What did Tiger say?
So Tiger tweeted, "Hey, you're not going to believe it, but my Achilles in my hyperbaric chamber healed. I'll see you all at the Masters."
That's not nice.
And then he tweeted, April Fools.
That's not nice.
It's dumb.
At least he didn't say I slipped in the shower.
Wow.
Come on, Tiger. You could do better, Jack. Put that down. I want to talk about something real for a second. Real quick, before we get to sports. Sports! On this live imaging Tuesday. I want to shout out, now I'm not going to say his name because part of the AA is anonymous, so he has to give me permission to use his name down the road. But my sponsor from AA, who was a patient of my mother's, and I talk about I've talked about her battles with alcoholism, and now that she teaches how to be better and is a psychologist and all that. My sponsor made a brain candle. This is what he does. And that represents the power that addiction has over your brain. And I've been addicted to many things over my life. But addiction is a disease. And the way you can prove a disease is there's 3 ways. 1, you can run a test to prove it. So diabetes, you can do a blood test to see if your sugar is high or low. With alcoholism or addiction, you can do a brain scan. I had many brain scans done in the hospital. They didn't scan for this. They were looking for other stuff. But it'll show that the midbrain has been hijacked. So an addict's brain, the frontal lobe, will have less activity than a, quote, normal brain. So there's a scan to do to show addiction. The other is somebody shows clear symptoms and signs of it, which if you're addicted to drugs or alcohol, you would show signs. And thirdly, the behavior is pretty bad. You continue to do the behavior even though you know it's not good for you. So you may say, this is my last drink ever, and then the next day go out and buy a bottle because you can't control it. So I just want to say at this moment, and I said earlier, I'm not going to get on the soapbox every week, but part of being an AA is service. And nobody talked about the greatness of alcohol and the greatness of party, oh party, and cigars and lifestyle. How many pictures can you find with me having a good time? The first 41 years of my life were incredible. The next 41 are going to be amazing, and they're going to be sober. So I know some listeners have reached out. If you like to enjoy and you have it under control and you're not an alcoholic or an addict, fine, continue. But if you are having a problem or somebody in your life, somebody close to Travis and I has gone through this and reaches out and realize maybe I do have an issue and want to talk about it, reach out to somebody. You can reach out to me. My DMs are always open. And because it isn't a disease, it's not something to just go, hey, when your friend tells you, just stop. You can't stop. And that's what the brain here represents. And I wanted to say that. And I'll say something every week on Live Imaging Tuesday as service to people out there that are having a tough time. And that's it.
That's a great message. And I hope people take you up on that.
Let's get back to sports now.
Yeah, I hope people take you up on that because I
wish I could have been better for some of my friends. I was the just stop guy.
We've all had friends that have gone through it. We've had friends that have gone through it and come out the other side and been much better because of it. And we've had friends go through it that couldn't beat it.
Or still going through it.
Yeah, or still going through it. It runs the entire thing. Yeah, that's one of those things that just stop. Yeah, well, think about this.
That's all I see, though.
I've always kind of thought about this. You're telling me that in column A is alcohol or drugs, whatever your addiction may be. And in column B is untold riches. And they still pick A? You're telling me that's a choice?
No.
Not a chance.
No.
Not a chance.
Took me a minute.
Not a chance.
Yep.
It's never really added up like that for me. So
Angels trivia at 11:30.
Tomorrow. Angels trivia tomorrow. Sometime, 2 times during the.
Two tomorrow. It's a twofer.
The previous 2 days have been a twofer. I'm assuming.
A two for Tuesday.
I'm assuming. And the Angels are good right now. 3-1.
We'll play that one more time.
And what happened in the shower?
What did happen in the shower?
Have you slipped in the shower?
A few times.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, a few times.
Have you not?
I've never slipped in the shower.
Oh my God, it's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
It is terrifying. You could die from that.
Yes, but
What's in the shower?
Antics,
DeMarco?
No, it's slippery.
It's wet.
Yeah.
It's soapy. It's covered in tile and glass.
I will not
You're
get in
gonna
the shower
follow.
that has glass because of that.
Yeah.
I won't do it.
So my showers at home now have they been redone to like rock almost?
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's no tile because tile is very slippery.
Yeah, definitely. Heck yeah.
What's the worst old man thing that you've had happen to you? I've got one at the top.
Slipping, like getting out of the shower.
Okay,
and not being able to catch my balance.
That's a very good
and
one.
Taking everything to the floor.
When
with
you
me.
grab for whatever's
Yeah.
there, you're taking the whole damn shower
Bing,
stall
bing,
with
bong.
you.
Yes, everything.
I ask because I've done this. Have either of you ever fallen down the stairs?
No. You pulled a Donna Martin?
Thankfully, I
When
only
Ray
had-
Pruitt threw it down the stairs.
Well, she didn't fall. She was tossed.
Regular guy Ray. Yes, sir.
I thank goodness
Oh, my God.
there were only 2 steps left.
Oh.
Or I would have been all the way down.
I
But
did
yeah,
4.
I've fallen down the stairs.
4 steps.
You did
I
4?
slipped, yeah, man.
Were you
Your
wearing
feet came out?
socks?
Yeah.
I was
okay.
not wearing socks, and I hit the lip of the
edge.
Yeah, and
And
I just went
boom.
Does
Yeah,
2
it
stairs
sucks.
really count? You got to go down like 10.
Trust me, it counts.
Did you get hurt?
I really badly shook myself up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I'm
wasn't like hurt like a broken bone or anything, but I landed hard with the
Yeah.
the whole take inventory of yourself on the ground. Like, okay, did I break my legs? Did I break my arms? Did I give myself a concussion? And Susan was in the other room. She was, what the hell just happened? What was that? Are you okay? Like it sounded like a car
Right.
crash at the bottom of the stairs.
I don't know if it's old man. Remember those these hoverboards?
Yeah.
The kids?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I tried one and it didn't go well. It was very old manish.
Never.
Yeah.
Those were
Hard.
designed by orthopedists to create business. I'm convinced.
I took the impact. I'm not throwing my hands out because I'd break them.
Where did you take the impact?
On cement. Right out
No,
in
on your
front.
shoulders, your head, your
Oh,
back, your butt.
It was all back.
You went this
Feet
way.
came out. Yeah, all back. I'm not putting my hands out. I'm taking this pain. Head up. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Sucked. Never again.
Every time down the stairs,
Hold on.
handrail,
Yep.
every
okay.
single time.
That is not
Don't
surrender.
laugh, Emily. I see you smirking
Just
back
being
there that
smart.
I fell down the stairs, and you finally think that's it for me.
Wow.
It's okay.
You got up.
I've had my old woman stuff.
Not right
I
away.
have
You-
joint issues, so there's that.
Like arthritis?
I don't know, kind of.
Just like
I just when it rains,
you had a trick
my
knee?
joints get sore.
Yeah.
How many steps out of the car before you're right?
3.
3?
Yeah. Is that right? What about for you?
About 10.
Oh, that
About
many.
10 when I start feeling good.
3,
Really?
I'm standing up straight.
Right.
My shoulders are back, and my knees have stopped popping.
10. Yes. 10 steps and I'm good. Yes. You?
Well, now I'm great.
Now you're
So
great? Okay.
I don't.
All
I
right.
don't
You get out of the car and you're ready to go.
yeah, but before the hospital, when the edema was setting in, I
Yeah.
could barely get in the car. That was problematic.
Jorge, do you have any pain?
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Oh, yeah, my knees.
Was that from when you broke your leg?
No, I only have like there's like a bump there. Kind
Yeah.
of. It was weird because I didn't get screws or anything, so it was just let
Okay.
it heal on its own.
Oh.
But,
We went to a guy to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Pain-free
I
people frustrate me. You have no pain.
Well, you're in a category by yourself.
But you're with me. You know what I mean?
yeah, but I
Everything hurts
didn't
all the
I
time.
didn't get hit every day for how many years
But
in
it's
the league? 9?
none of that hurts. This
Yeah.
is all just
Just
stuff.
old man
this
stuff?
is old man stuff now.
Hold
yeah.
on to that railing.
Yeah.
Do you believe Freddie? I believe Freddie.
Because it's Freddie, sure.
Yeah.
Shohei, I believe too.
I will say now, going upstairs and downstairs, I hold on now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where I used to not.
No.
But now falling would be very detrimental to my
Ah.
brain potentially. So
Don't wear socks on the stairs.
Ever.
You mean at home?
Anywhere.
I don't really wear socks at home anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very slippery.
I'm usually in flip flops or just barefoot.
I'm not saying anything about Shohei like you did. I'm just saying that Freddie's the one guy I will trust in the Dodgers. If he says
You don't
he slipped
trust
in
Shohei? Come on.
That's not what I said. I said if Freddie says he slipped in the shower, I believe that Freddie slipped in the shower.
Max Muncy slipped in the shower. Are you believing it?
Max Muncy slipped on a
Who slipped at the Masters? Oh, DJ. Remember that?
in his socks
In
on
his-
the stairs.
Did he really?
We
Oh,
also,
my
none of us
God.
were believing it.
Wow.
Well, there's a lot of other stuff out there with him that's a little hard to believe too. So it just kind of let
I've
him
been there. I get it,
live
DJ.
his life.
Don't worry. All good.
Well, hopefully he's listening.
Angels trivia tomorrow. Go ahead.
It's good
What
to
do
have
you-
him back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great to have him back.
I think of all of my things, go ahead is my least favorite prompt. From
Go ahead.
You.
Go ahead.
Go
Oh.
ahead. Is that somebody?
Well,
Kaplan.
Cappy will do the a lot
Go
of
ahead.
times that. Go ahead.
Oh. Emily, did I get April Fooled or is that Kyle Pitts thing real?
What was it?
It was the Falcons may be trading Kyle Pitts to the Rams. Is that fake?
That's definitely fake.
Is that fake? Okay.
It's not reported by anybody that would give me an
Who was
honest-
reporting it?
I
Good
don't
job,
know.
DeMarco.
I'm just asking. You have to be careful this time. There was another one that said AD Aaron Donald's coming back.
Yeah,
That's
it's
got to be
definitely
April
fake.
Fool's. Yeah. which I wouldn't mind though.
Yeah, I hope that one's true.
Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, that'd be nice. But the Kyle Pitts one is fake.
Yeah, that's not real.
He's been a bust, or he hasn't.
Is it
produced.
from this guy who's like Jared Verse FC, who's like, I'm told the deal has become official sometime tomorrow. What a way to kick off April in all caps.
I think you might
the
be right.
Rams.
Okay,
it's April Fool's.
Good. It's fake.
Marco, you didn't sniff that one out?
No, I'm just checking them out. You never know, because I know McVay made his bones with who was the kid in Washington, the tight end? Was it Campbell? No.
I know exactly who you're talking
The
about.
Pro
I
Bowl
don't
tight
know
end.
his name.
He made his bones
yes.
with tight ends. Yeah, I could
Did you
see
guys
that.
see the Tiger April Fool's
Yeah.
joke?
You were out of the room when we talked
okay,
about
great.
that. Yes. Yes. It was about the sort of joke I would expect Tiger Woods to make.
They're all bad. I hate
explain
April
it.
Fool's jokes.
Explain it for the people that didn't. Yeah.
The joke?
Yeah.
So Tiger recently is injured again. This time it's his Achilles. Yeah. He tweeted this morning, "Oh, my Achilles has healed itself because I've been sleeping in my hyperbaric chamber. Can't wait to get to the Masters in a couple of weeks. We'll see y'all then." April Fools.
Yeah.
Good one, Tiger.
Well, he's in love these days.
Yeah, he did. But that was another
But
great
no, be
Tiger Woods
private,
post.
guys.
Right. Here is my new girlfriend, who is a famous human being.
Right.
By the way, leave us alone.
Right.
What?
So dumb.
Which one of those two things am I supposed to respond to? The famous girlfriend or the leave us alone?
Leave him alone.
I was the first person to always say, after he won again in 2019, we will all be happy if Tiger just plays.
Yeah.
The TGL was it looked like a great moment to where he wouldn't have to put a lot of force on his body. We could watch on ESPN this indoor.
Did you like that?
I was in the hospital at the time, 11/28. So I watched a lot of it because it was on, and I thought it was brilliant. And my family was like, this looks so cool. Now I'm at the point with these tweets and stuff, the dating one and now this one, it's like, maybe we just go away for a while, brother. Let us enjoy the past because
That's
it
a
doesn't
good
look
point.
like we're ever going to just enjoy you to play anymore. I don't know if that's ever going to happen again.
I don't think he'll do what you and I were hoping he would do,
Right.
which is be a ceremonial, like, hey, here I am. Nice to see y'all. Play a couple of rounds, miss the cut.
Right.
Adios.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have disliked that at all. It's Tiger. It's on Augusta.
Exactly.
He might hit some great shots that bring
Right.
back some great memories. See all the replays of the great moments that he's had. He has no interest in that.
No.
Like he has
And
no
that's
Being an
unfortunate.
ambassador for the sport.
No.
Not. I don't think he minds being an ambassador for golf, like to try to grow the game and to try to be involved in the history. I don't think he wants to be seen as, he's just out there to wave his hand in his hat.
Right.
If he's putting on a pair of cleats,
He's trying to win.
he's trying to win.
And that's just not possible anymore.
His body won't allow it.
His body won't allow it.
I just hope he doesn't become a joke.
Well, some of this stuff is now kind of like jokey behavior, like you just want
Yeah.
attention. And that to me was never Tiger.
If you're putting a very carefully choreographed Instagram post in a hammock with your new girlfriend while you're simultaneously asking for privacy, you've lost me.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You've
lost
me.
the plot.
And
yeah.
given his history with women,
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? Like what?
like
Perkins,
that and just a lot of stuff, it's just like, why would you even
Quickly,
go there?
huge, quickly.
He
Again,
kept that place in
Can you
business.
please do something for me?
OJ 20 years later talking about his new girlfriend on Instagram. Not that he ever did it, and rest in peace to kind of, but
Not really.
not really. But we don't need it because all it's going to do is bring up the past.
Yes.
Tiger, you in a hammock with anybody, we're all going to go there
Yeah,
real
well,
quick.
look, if it's the anniversary of him chipping in at 16,
Yeah.
and he posts a picture of the video that says, maybe the best shot of my life, I'll talk about it all day,
Of course.
every day. That picture's like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
also hammocks are not as comfortable as they seem.
They are if you're by yourself.
They are if you're by
I
yourself,
love
which
it.
Tiger was not.
Yeah.
I love a good hammock.
I don't know if I've ever been in a hammock.
Oh, really?
Chris,
Oh,
do
my
yourself a
God.
favor.
Yeah, man.
Do yourself a favor.
Get a hammock?
Get yourself
Alone, though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
A double hammock is no.
No. But alone?
Because you
I
kind
know,
of
a double hammock on a
Yeah.
Tuesday night. I mean,
No,
No?
it's not good. There's better
I need
places
it
to
be-
double up.
I need it to be padded and not just straight ropes underneath me.
Yeah,
though,
you
'cause
gotta
that's
have a
uncomfortable.
You got to have like a yoga mat in there, something
Exactly.
like that.
And
Yeah.
you can sleep all day.
more
Oh, yeah.
hammock talk coming up next.
It was Jordan Reed. That was the tight end.
That's who it
from
was.
Washington. Yeah.
I knew it was somebody. I knew it was
you
somebody.
remember Chris Cooley? I forgot about him.
Yeah, it's
that dude was
kind of a
good.
hybrid fullback, tight end, H-back, everything.
Imagine
guy.
if he played now. Oh, my God.
Also, what is an April Fool's joke that Adam Schefter just tweeted? Not a breaking news, but Steelers owner and president Art Rooney said he keeps, quote, hearing that Aaron Rodgers is, quote, headed in our direction. What other direction would he go? Retirement?
That's the only other place.
Like you said, I just think it's one of those, I don't want to be in the building now, so if I'm officially not a part of your team, I don't have to be.
Yeah.
But the second I sign, now there's expectations of, are you there? Are you missing this? Are you missing that? Are you missing that? But if I just keep waiting, I can show up later.
I wonder when the Steelers drop the hammer. Either you need to make a choice now or we're moving on.
To who?
To Rodgers.
No. To who do they move on to?
Oh, that's his leverage.
Yeah,
that's what he would say.
But mine would be, go ahead.
You'll be back.
Don't threaten me with something that I don't give a damn about.
You'll be back.
Yeah,
right.
That's like, Travis,
yeah.
If you don't do this, we're going to make you eat a burrito. Okay.
I bet he signed
Go ahead.
somewhere before the draft.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah, right before the draft and steals the energy from the draft.
Well, he'd never do that.
Oh, my God. Come on, you know he would.
He'd never.
That's probably what he's waiting on.
Are you suggesting that Aaron Rodgers likes to be the center of attention?
No, that's not what I'm suggesting at all.
Okay, just making sure.
Whatever gave you that idea?
Just making sure. LeBron just kind of turning it up a notch. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about my friend and the person that I trust, Joseph S. Normand. If you've been in an accident, I've been in an accident. Most of you probably have. If you haven't, congratulations, you're lucky. And you might be. You need to know that it's scary, it's overwhelming, it's stressful, and you don't want to try to navigate that legal system by yourself. You want a winning team on your side, and that's why the law office of Joseph S. Normand is who I called when I was in an accident, when my son Bobby was in an accident, because they are experts. They're experts in getting you what you deserve, not what the insurance company is offering you. So if you've been hurt in an accident, if you've been hurt, call Joseph, 213-747-2000. 213-747-2000 and the law office of Joseph S. Normand. He's helped thousands of people like you and me recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. So you know there's a lot of choices, but I'm telling, I can speak from experience. Joseph is the one to call. 213-747-2000 and normandlegal.com.
Join Kathy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and I for a special Monday Night Raw watch party here at Hollywood Park Casino. You can win tickets to the biggest wrestling event in Las Vegas, plus a round-trip airfare and a one-night stay. You must be present to win and 21 years or older to enter. Park Party and Play here at Hollywood Park Casino.
Cup quarterfinals from downtown L.A. LAFC face off with Inter Miami. Pregame starts tomorrow at 8 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of five-star reviews to prove it. Clogged drain? No problem. Call Next Gen today to book your $88 drain cleaning. That's right. For just $88, you'll receive a professional drain cleaning to keep your home flowing smoothly all season long. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN for your $88 drain cleaning.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
Hey there, I'm Jack.
And I'm Stag.
We're just two deer that want to make sure you know it's deer season at your authorized John Deere dealer. The deer season that saves bucks. You know, like us.
Yeah, you can get $3,000 off select John Deere machines. No early wake-up calls or tree stands required.
Just a trip to your authorized dealer before June 2nd.
If you ask us, it's the only deer season worth celebrating.
Visit johndeere.com/deer season to find an authorized dealer and for complete finance details.
Wow. That's a flash from the past. 11:36 on a live imaging Tuesday. The Travis and DeMarco Show. Apparently, you do it all the time now.
We've been doing it couple times a week at least for the last few weeks.
Did you tell Raj at Mason's party?
I said hello to Raj. I did not tell him we're doing Last Man Standing.
It's time for Last Man Standing. Take it away, Trav.
All right, so we've talked a lot about the Dodgers and their attempt to win the World Series for the second consecutive year, which brings us to this. There are 5 teams in Major League Baseball that have never won the World Series. 5 teams. DeMarco, you're up first.
Mariners.
The Mariners have never won the World Series. They are on the list. Emily.
I was going to guess
5,
the Mariners.
4,
I don't know.
3,
the
2.
I don't know.
Guess. Throw one out there.
The Rays.
The Rays are on the list.
Oh, nice.
She's alive. Jorge.
Rockies.
The Rockies are on the list. DeMarco.
Oh, my God.
2 left. 5, 4, 3, 2.
I was going to say the Royals,
1.
but they've won. Royals.
Royals is not right.
No, okay.
Emily. 5, 4.
I don't like the clock.
3.
Too much
Brewers?
pressure.
Who?
Brewers.
The Brewers are on the list.
Wow, okay.
There's one team left on the
And
list,
I know who it
Jorge.
is. Yep.
The Orioles.
The Orioles have won the World Series there. Emily is the champion. The one team that we do not have?
The Padres.
The Padres are the other team that has never won the World Series.
Dang.
Yes.
What's the count now?
Emily has 4.5 wins. DeMarco has 3.5 wins. Travis has 3. Jorge has 3. Laura has 1. Roland, when he played, has 0.
Oh, I'm the one to hear me. Yeah, there we go.
All of those teams, the Padres have been around the longest, so they
Wow.
should be the most ashamed of themselves.
That's bad.
They're the oldest of those 5 teams.
I keep telling people, you may go your whole life and never see your team win a World Series. Ever.
I think you probably will.
Yeah. I mean, you think the Rockies of that group feel the farthest away from it right now because
Yeah.
they're dreadful, but what are you going to do?
You may go Alpha Omega and never, ever get to see what the Dodgers are about to do time and time again.
Well, they're not going to win it every year. They won't even win it. Like, if they won it 3 of the next 10, that's a pretty good run.
That's still good.
That means 7 other guys grab it.
True.
Who did the Brewers always
I hate when
play
that
the
happens.
first time in the playoffs that they always get knocked out by?
This is the one that that Mason and Ireland looked at me funny?
Yeah.
Yes. If you beat the
No. Every year, I remember because I think it was Taylor would tell us every year the Brewers play one team, and the first round they always lose.
Oh, that was the Twins.
The Twins.
That was not the Brewers. That was the Twins.
No,
and
but
it
if
was
you beat the
Yankees.
Brewers, you win the World Series. Besides the
Yes.
Dodgers this past year.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
Correct. All right. So he's over your shoulder right here. DeMarco LeBron
There he
James
is.
talking on TV.
Where'd he go, LeBron?
Am I just projecting what I want to be true onto this, or are you seeing it too? It seems to me that over the last 2 games or so, especially the last 2 games or so, that LeBron James's edge, there's a little edginess, there's a little competitiveness, there's a little something extra in the way that he's going about this, getting ready for that postseason push. This does not feel like the regular season anymore, the way that he's attacked these last couple of games.
You think it's just for the playoffs? I think it might be just about everything that's been going on. All the negative talk
Sure.
about him. Yeah,
Sure,
That hour with McAfee, he had potty mouth. Said the F word about 8,000 million times. I mean,
I think he was trying to look cool. And be
very,
cool.
but I think he's getting his point across. People were coming at him because you didn't come at Skip Bayless. He's been taking a beating for 20 years, unfairly. He's one of the greatest players we've ever seen, and people won't give him his credit. And he's never really cracked before. I think we're starting to see that maybe this stuff gets to him, and he's putting it out on the floor where it should be.
I don't know if it gets to him. I do think it might be one of those things that he can use to motivate him.
I agree with that. When you
don't
look for something to motivate, I think he's found it.
I don't know if when he's driving to work or he's laying his head on the pillow getting ready to go at night, he's thinking, I can't believe they're saying that about me. I don't think he's one of those guys.
Really?
No.
There's so many things read and are written and said about him. Some of that stuff's got to filter in.
For the reasons that you said, though, is why I don't think so. Because he's been a famous person for 20 plus years.
Yes.
And he really has never reacted to
Never
it.
stepped out of character.
That's what I mean. So I think if it bothered
But that
him,
doesn't mean it doesn't bother him.
Well, no. Fair. But I think if something bothers you and every day somebody's pushing on that thing, eventually you're going to snap. And I think it would happen quicker than 20 years from now.
Well, I mean, every athlete looks for the edge and looks for anything to
I think
motivate
that's
them.
what it is.
And, I mean, when you get to year 22 and they're still doubting you, what's the one thing
Who's
that
they? Who? I don't.
all the morons out there that just people that want to take shots at LeBron. It's easy to take shots at LeBron. It's not as easy as it used to be. But It is. It really is. It's really easy to take shots at LeBron. And
what's the shot?
That he's not as good as Michael Jordan.
He's not.
But that's not a shot. That's just a matter of an opinion.
Yeah.
He's
still
I was going to say, to say you're not as good as Michael Jordan, saying, well, you're not as rich as Bill Gates. Okay.
The new one was Skip Bayless, and he's trying to shoehorn himself into this LeBron Stephen A thing, where he said when LeBron said, Michael Jordan won't talk to me.
Yeah.
So Skip answered for Michael Jordan, I won't talk to you because I don't like you, and I'm never going to talk to you.
Yeah.
So that's the voice of the hater.
But again,
they're very loud about LeBron. So he's coming towards the end of his career. This is like your last shot to shut people up. And that's what I see in how he's playing right now.
But
he's playing inspired basketball. Yeah.
I'm the biggest Michael Jordan apologist and fan there is.
Oh, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's the greatest of all time.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Michael Jordan didn't have to live in the era that LeBron does as a professional athlete and as the number one person in the NBA.
Very true.
The goalposts have moved too.
Yeah, Jordan still said a lot of stuff about the attention he was getting. A writer wrote a book about how he got his dad killed. Would that even happen in today's NBA? No. Things have changed. That doesn't make LeBron a bad person.
Not at all.
LeBron's antics sometimes have just been like desperate for attention, but you can't take away what he does on the basketball court.
Never. But is there a more polarizing athlete right now than LeBron James? It's either you love him or you hate him.
I don't think there's a lot of hate for LeBron, the basketball player.
Right.
I think there's a lot of disengagement on LeBron, the person.
I'll tell you how there's hate. How did you think he played last night?
Pretty well.
I thought he played fantastic team basketball.
Yeah.
They will point that out and say he's not that
good.
good.
The they of it all is lost on me.
But those are the haters.
That's one game that
he wasn't good on defense. He was only good for 5 possessions.
No
which
one's
is not
arguing
true.
that LeBron James is not one of the great basketball players of all time. Nobody that is a serious person is arguing that. Right?
Okay.
I mean, nobody that is really
Skip
doing
Bayless
this.
a non-serious person.
But Skip's had this thing with LeBron
I'm
forever.
kidding. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
It is non-serious. The opinion that he's not a good basketball player is a you can dislike his politics. You can dislike a lot of things about him that are a matter of opinion, but his ability to play the game is not one of them.
I totally agree. I mean, you're discrediting him and taking away a lot when you just say, I don't like his game. He's not one of the best. Clearly, he is one of the best. You have to give him his props. But what I'm saying is, I think this stuff is getting to him. When you start giving interviews to McAfee,
I think the end of the road is getting to him.
That too. I agree. All of it.
He knows, unlike Jordan, they're not going to talk about LeBron like they talked about Jordan, meaning the greatest of all time. They're not going to do. They might do ESPN might do a documentary like The Last Dance, but Jordan will forever be talked about because people, billions of dollars,
love him,
buy his shoes.
There's that, and he will never have like the apparel empire that Michael Jordan has built.
And when Jordan was asked, whether he said it or somebody else said it, the famous line, he doesn't talk politics because both sides buy shoes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
LeBron hasn't done that. That's fine.
No, he's done the opposite.
Well, okay, so that gives a side to not like him for that.
I think what will happen with him is, will he be discussed in the same terms of Michael Jordan? Probably not, because of what you said. But I think what will happen once he's gone, and retired, not gone as in dead, but once he's retired, give it some time. Give it 5 years. Give it 8 years. And once it's fully in the rearview mirror and there's a generation of people that really have never seen him play or only saw him towards the end, there will be that, you never saw this.
Yeah,
and his records and his longevity and his achievements will be talked about the way we talk about Magic Johnson or Wilt Chamberlain or Michael Jordan. And we bring up these after
Kobe,
he's way in the rearview mirror. He's still doing it.
Just don't do the Tiger Woods tweeting stuff and just let it go.
I still believe part of the people you just listed, and let's put the Wizards thing out of the conversation for a moment with Jordan.
Never happened.
It was one team. The team they went to, it's
part of it.
Yeah, I think that's still the wrinkle to the LeBron story will be the decision, which was a disaster, and some of the things of
in
changing.
retrospect, less so, but I agree with what you're saying.
At the time, it was a disaster.
Yes.
But yeah, looking back and now seeing what the world has become,
pretty tame.
Right, exactly.
They say he basketball was ruined right then.
It could have been. Because the game has changed in a way. Now, I'm not saying it's ruined.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the game changed.
Yes.
Whether you enjoy it or you want to say, oh, it was better in my day, whatever.
The game changed and the goal changed.
Yeah.
And when Michael Jordan was going through it, the goal wasn't how many times did you not lose in the finals.
Right.
The goal was how many times did you win in the finals.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson is 5-4 in the NBA Finals, and no one ever
No
mentions
one
that.
ever mentions it.
Right? Magic
blasphemy.
Johnson, one of the greats of all time, maybe arguably, if it's not Kobe, the most famous Laker of all time, is put on this threshold because he's a champion and all these things. Well, his record is very similar to LeBron James's.
But who beat him in the finals?
I understand that.
Yeah.
But LeBron losing in the finals, only one time did he have the better team where they lost. The other losses that they've had, he either was on the inferior team or he won on an inferior team like he did in Cleveland.
It was Boston with Magic, right?
Yeah, most of it.
Yeah.
Time needs to pass for LeBron to
No
be
doubt.
fully appreciated.
I think that's where we are with him. He's got more behind than in front, and he's playing like it.
But
he's
needs
not
to-
going to go out like this.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Is he going to give time for people to miss him? Remember,
No.
Michael disappeared. The Last Dance was like, as a Michael Jordan guy,
Yeah.
Michael Jordan's going to sit down for a 10-part series. Oh, my God, this is going to be incredible. And then because of the pandemic, it hit at the perfect time. Is LeBron going to go away?
Probably not.
So
I think he goes right into
Ownership.
And that's the one place where I think you can actually get Jordan. If you can actually
It's the
build a
one
team.
bar that Mike laid that's
It's
not very
the
high.
one that he couldn't get.
He
Right.
still cashed out
Right.
$1 billion.
Of course he did.
on it.
Right.
No. He is a rich owner,
Right.
but he's not a successful
He's not a
owner.
championship one. Yes.
That's the one part that he could. But if his GM skills are any indication, maybe not so much. The Dump's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland. The countdown is on. In just one day, LAFC battle Inter Miami.
In the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from BMO Stadium.
The two biggest clubs in MLS.
And some of the biggest soccer icons around the globe.
Giroud, Messi,
Lloris,
Suarez,
Bouanga,
Busquets.
LAFC versus Inter Miami.
Oh my goodness, Denise! 1 day away.
And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
And holding insurers accountable.
First, I didn't know what to do. I heard what you were doing for my buddy by loading his car up. He calls me, he says, guess who's loading my car with water? Jacob Imrani. Right. I mean, for real. I said, well, I'm going to talk to Jacob.
Call him at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Visit him online at calljacob.com. And together, we are LA Strong.
Call Jacob.
Hey, it's producer Lindsay, and you know I'm a huge wrestling fan. Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and me to watch Monday Night Raw on April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. We'll have ticket giveaways and a grand prize of 2 tickets to the Ultimate Wrestling event on April 19th in Las Vegas. Your attendance is your raffle entry. Plus, get a bonus entry when you RSVP at ESPNLA.com. But you must be present to win. See you Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino. Visit ESPNLA.com for details.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
10 in front of noon. Super Crosstalk's coming up with Ireland and Momo, and then Mason and Ireland. They've got your chance. The Rigor Lie of the Day, your chance to win signed Austin Reeves shoes and a Rigor.com gift card. Just keep listening all day long for Lie of the Day. Meanwhile, time. Oh, that was Lie of the Day. Time for What is this, the dump?
It is the dump.
Take it away, Trav.
Thank you,
Go
Chris.
ahead.
Go ahead. I was waiting. Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers, which I believe is a rooster, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're right.
Yeah. They say that fans can, quote, feast for free for the 2025 football season, making them the first FBS program in the country to offer free concessions at games.
Nice.
CCU fans who buy a ticket to the game will be able to select up to 4 items per concession stand visit from a menu selection of hot dogs, nachos, popcorn, and fountain drinks. No limit on how many times you can go back to the concession stand, but you must scan an app each time. So you can take up to 4 items each time you go and go as many times as you want.
I can keep going and
You
keep
can
going
keep
and keep going. I like this idea. That's smart. Keep your fans happy.
I would imagine that's sacrificing a lot of money. I was reading this article.
I don't think they're making a ton of money.
But okay,
Yeah.
they average about 25,000 people per game.
Yeah.
That was the number. Even if each person's only spending $10, that's real money.
Yeah.
That's real money.
Trying to get them to the stadium.
I guess.
The Orioles are apparently doing free soda.
Are you more likely to go to get a free hot dog and a soda?
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
If you're a college student,
that
yes.
that kind of sways me. Yeah.
To go watch Chanticleer football.
No, I'm going to eat.
Also, Coastal Carolina isn't that
But you have to
bad
buy the
either.
ticket.
Okay.
You don't get in for free. You have to buy your ticket.
What are student tickets for the Chanticleers?
I think for the whole season, it's like $250.
Oh,
for
God,
season
yes.
tickets.
And I go
Yeah.
get to eat for
And
free on
that's
Saturdays?
Hey, Mom and Dad, can you get me season tickets to the football game? Yes, yes, sure. Boop. And then you eat your whole meal at each game every week.
And I'm bringing a doggy bag.
But that's the 25,000 people that are there are not all students.
No.
That's just not.
a bad
There's not a
idea.
ton. It's an interesting idea, but I would think the amount of people you're drawing versus the amount of money that you're potentially sacrificing.
But real money. Think about real money, not what they charge, but the actual cost of it.
Yeah.
It's probably not that bad.
Food or parking, if they were going to make it free.
So what about
the
parking?
Dodgers are going to make something free. Food or parking.
Well, they don't own
Oh,
parking.
parking
I'm just saying
for
it,
sure.
Parking for sure.
Yeah, but
Rams.
they don't
Anybody, any professional team, the Lakers. Food or parking for free.
Parking's
Parking
the
too.
especially at the Rams, DeMarco. Parking around the SoFi is $100.
Yeah.
Just make it free for 1 week. How about that?
It's what Luca did.
Yeah,
Where he
right.
bought parking for that one game.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Jorge taught me the hack. Now I don't pay for parking. I walk.
Easy.
That's right. Did.
Easy.
Park in
And
the
then my
neighborhood
friend
and
gets
walk
really
it in.
mad at you and yells at you and says, hope the Dodgers lose.
I am pretty. When I come back, I'm like, the car's still there. That's a nice feeling.
Don't worry, she's gotten robbed in her house a couple times,
Oh,
so that's
look,
not a
it's
very easy
LA.
neighborhood.
I'm not saying that nothing bad could happen. I'm just saying.
And you get a beer, and then you walk up the hill.
I really don't want to give Frank McCourt my $40. I really, truly do not want to give that guy a
I
penny.
love that about you.
Yeah.
Hell
By the way,
no.
when we went for the World Series, and it was what, 75, I think?
Yeah.
Or it was like maybe, I don't remember. But that was a tough purchase, knowing where it went.
Yes.
Knowing where it went, but there was no other choice.
He did the impossible. He made people stop going to Dodger games.
That's crazy.
The Dodgers
Wow.
draw 3 million people every year since they've opened Dodger Stadium, basically, except for when Frank McCourt did his work.
It's so good.
Good job, Frank.
It's
Oh, my God.
extraordinary. Think about how much people would hate you to say, I'm not going to the Dodgers anymore. Something that I love.
That's serious
That's a
hate.
great night out.
Wow.
That relatively,
Especially
compared to
back
other
then.
things,
Back then,
was
too.
not expensive.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving you my money.
That's crazy.
Bad
Wow.
guy. Logan Paul, 30 years old today. Is that the guy that boxed, or is that the other one?
They both box.
They both box. He did
Logan's
not
the
fight
older
Mike
brother.
Tyson.
Who fought Tyson?
Jake.
Jake Paul.
Jake.
Yeah, Logan's the older one. He was the first, right? He was the first.
Yeah, he's
YouTube
older.
Dude.
He's older.
Who's the one that filmed the suicide? Was that him?
Logan.
Logan
Yeah,
was the guy.
in the
that-
Suicide Forest.
Yeah, straight up vilified.
Let's
Can't
get closer.
stand them both.
Let's get closer.
But I wouldn't fight him.
Closer.
Is he a good fighter?
Those dudes can fight. They
And
got
they
good
have
people.
their show on Max, I think, called Paul American.
Yeah, and zero drug testing.
That I will not be watching.
What do they do?
It's just like the Kardashians.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, watch them live their life and be weird.
You're not missing anything.
Have you noticed Max changed the logo again?
Did they?
I did. It's dumb.
What is
And
it?
that's not
It's
their
not,
biggest
it's not the
concern
white on
at
blue
Max.
background?
What?
It's not the white on blue?
It's black now.
Really?
It's black,
it
and
really?
they changed the font. Also, the fonts are all different. They have
Yeah.
3 different fonts: the M, the A, and the X. It
It's
just
amazing.
drives me nuts.
shocked
They
you guys
premiered it this
care
past
about that
Sunday
stuff.
before the White Lotus.
Notice.
I'm shocked you guys care about this stuff.
I
because
usually
I
do
saw-
Put
notice
on
that
Max and
stuff.
put on
Well,
the show
how
you want.
often do you fire up Max? When was the last time you fired it up?
I fired it.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, they changed it since yesterday.
Oh.
They
So-
changed it on Sunday.
So I noticed it when it changed, and I was like, oh. And then I
Weird.
saw a meme yesterday on Instagram that said, and they showed like the 4 logos from since HBO Go.
Yeah.
And they're like, how many hours of strategy
Market research,
market research and strategy meetings with really highly paid executives did this take?
Let me at David Zasloff. Please, just let me in a room with David Zasloff, and I'll have my word with him.
You know what logos don't change? The ones that you recognize forever. Coca-Cola's never changed
But
their logo.
HBO Go was fine.
That's what I'm saying. But ESPN's logo has never changed. Like just the Dodger logo, the Yankee logo. Just leave it. Just leave it and let it do its thing. Today, 1965, The Sound of Music was released.
Oh, the hills are alive.
I did not know that the hills were alive when they did it in European Vacation with The Sound of Griswold.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was an original piece of music. I did not know that
You
it was
didn't grow up watching The Sound of Music?
No, that was late to that one.
I love that movie. I could watch it any point in time. I know John really loves it, and we've talked about it before because he goes every year to the Hollywood Bowl when they perform it.
I've seen it a million times now because my kids have watched it a lot, but I didn't know.
Low
at the
key,
time.
if you want your kids to watch a good kids movie, but you don't want to watch I don't know, Bluey or some other mind-numbing kids show, put on The Sound of Music, put on Singing in the Rain, any of those classic Hollywood movies.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
And no,
Hey,
but they will be
Dick Van
mesmerized
Dyke.
and they'll love it.
Yeah.
Do you still use Jay Stu's Max login?
No, I had to buy my own.
You buy your own?
I did.
You pay for your own?
I do.
Oh.
It's that and Amazon I pay for, Hulu, ESPN,
you
and
get an
Disney
Apple?
Plus I get for free. No, I don't have Apple.
You still don't have an Apple?
Still don't have
Do
Apple.
you want my login?
Got the
Yeah,
Fire Stick?
please. Yeah, I would.
I heard that. Jorge. I heard that.
What did he say?
You don't have the Fire Stick?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
He's got the magic stick. I'm talking about that bat
This
today.
guy. That's what it's called.
Today in
I know.
1979, Warner
Believe me, I
Cable
know.
launched Nickelodeon, channel featuring program focusing on children. Your first Nickelodeon show was?
I didn't watch a lot of Nickelodeon.
Oh, no?
No.
You didn't either,
Not
Mama?
my thing. No.
I watched regular cartoons.
Yeah.
You can't do that on television where they pour the slime on you and all that stuff?
No, I didn't really watch it. No.
It's all that. It's all
Was that yours?
that. Yeah, and Kenan Thompson and the Amanda Show. And I
got
was
into
glued
it
to Nick,
now because
With
my
your
kid
daughter?
watches it. Yeah, but not back then.
and Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Hey,
I
Arnold.
don't know that one.
Remember that
Arnold,
time?
I don't know.
Remember that time Ireland poured slime on Sliwa?
You poured
Water.
slime
He
on
loved
Sliwa?
that.
Did you
Water.
really?
Yes.
No, Mason bet me I wouldn't dump a bucket of water on Sliwa's head without telling him.
And
so.
Ireland
I'm learning not to bet you in anything. You'll do it.
He'll
Yeah,
do anything
okay.
for $100
Mike, I actually
as the
turned
story
down a bet
goes.
the other day because the money was too easy. There were these flight attendants sitting around a table at our hotel in Memphis, and Michael takes out $100 and goes, there. So picture a round table like this. Like right now, we've got 5 of us sitting around this table. Michael goes, I'll give you $100 if you go sit Indian style in the middle of that table for 1 minute and do not speak. And I went, Michael, that's the easiest bet you've ever given me. I'm not taking the money. And I go, I'll do it for free if you want. He goes, oh, that's no fun. Yeah.
We'd have to get on the table?
Yeah, so I have to
Sit Indian style on the table. Oh, my
I
God.
can't do
Come
it
on.
because the computers.
Oh.
Yeah,
I believe that you're
I believe
physically
that you would do
capable.
it.
No, I was just going to pop up on the table and go like this. And Just sit
And just sit
like
there.
a weirdo.
Oh, my God.
And then,
No.
why do I care? I don't know. Yeah, anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
True. I'm at a hotel in Memphis.
Could you
It
do
can't
that?
be the money, right? It can't be the money.
No.
It's
I
just.
could do it. I don't
Yeah.
want to.
Would you do it for $100?
Yeah.
You would?
You would?
I would do
Oh,
it.
no way.
What?
Chris, would you?
No.
No, neither would I.
No.
Neither would
Uh-uh.
I.
No.
All right, little super crosstalk is coming up next.
Mason and Ireland.
Can you do a car?
Your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Get started today at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurants protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Woo. Momo's
Right,
here.
woo.
Ireland's here.
Trav, I have
Yes.
a question to start off Super Crosstalk.
Hit me.
What day you want me to work filling in for you?
It's funny you bring that up because I have something
All right,
for
so
you that's
people
kind
who
of
don't
on
know,
this.
I thought that Travis and Mason were way overconfident and cocky about the Dodgers. And I said to Travis, I'll make you a bet. I'll do your show for a day if the Dodgers win the World Series again, back to back, and if anybody else wins it, any of the other teams,
You get the field. That's the field. Yeah.
then you have to fill in for my show. Somebody's doing a 6-hour day.
Oh my God!
After
wow.
6 games, I have
You're
decided
ready to
that
concede?
someone
You
is
rest your case?
me.
You'd like to concede?
Oh, they don't even have a friggin' weakness.
Here's the
And
thing.
you were talking about how all these pitchers are going 5 innings.
Yeah.
You guys realize that Dustin May's pitching tonight for the first time in 3 years? I bet you he's going to kill it.
Of course he is. Of course he is. And he's their 6th or 7th best pitcher.
Oh, I don't
It's
even think
crazy.
Trav. I said to Mason, I don't think any Dodger pitcher is going to pitch 200 innings.
No way.
one did last year.
No.
I now think there's a chance
150.
none of them pitch 150.
150, I think, is a good number.
I think Snell gets to 150. Everybody
if you had
else,
to pick one to go over, he'd be the one to pick. But okay, with that in mind, 2 things. One, before we get back to that, they're 6-0. They haven't even played all that well yet. They've been good. They haven't been bad, but they have not been the full 10 out of 10. That's what's scariest about it.
That's what I can't
we
wait
had a,
to
we
see.
Had a thing, we had a thing yesterday that what they did in the first 5 games, they scored more than 30 runs. They had over 55 strikeouts. Did not commit an error in any of the 5 games. No team, they're like a list of 4 or 5 things. No team had ever done it in MLB history in any 5-game stretch. And they've done it in the first 5 games of the season. I think the sky's the limit for these guys.
So, with that in mind, and Momo, did you cover the Warriors during their 7?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
They lost.
They did lose.
Yeah.
John, the 08-09 Lakers won 65 games in the regular season. That's not the record, but at least it was within spitting distance of it.
Yeah.
They were a really good team.
That's the year they beat Orlando in the finals?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Were you a part of the team?
Was it every game?
Okay. Was it ever a topic? Like, can we get to X amount of wins for the Warriors? Like, when does it become a goal, or does it just kind of
because
happen?
the Lakers' all-time record is 69-13, and they were never really in striking distance of that.
That was the 72
but the
team?
second year of the Kobe Shaq three-peat, they won 17 of their last 18 games.
Yeah.
I don't know what they finished at, but that was the best team of all of Phil's teams.
But it was never a conversation of because with the Warriors, about halfway through the year, you realized they had a chance to beat the Bulls record.
The Warriors got off. They won 24-0.
4-0. Yeah.
So it was a
Without
conversation
Steve
from
Kerr,
yeah,
remember?
that was Luke Walton.
Mm-hmm.
And they went 24-0, and so like immediately it was a conversation because it was like the longest winning streak. What was the Laker winning streak? 33. Yeah. So will they hit the 33? Well, like, we were already in record talk from the jump.
The Heatles made it to 28 once.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, but that's as close as
still
anyone's
2
ever
weeks
come.
away. That's so crazy. Right. Week and a half.
Yeah. Well, 28's only 5 games away from the 33, but. I remember the night they lost. It was a nationally televised game on ESPN. They lost to the Bulls, those Tom Thibodeau Bulls.
Oh, yeah, okay.
With Derrick Rose and Luol Deng and those guys. But had they won that game, they probably would have snapped the 33.
Yeah.
I just wonder when it becomes something that is impossible to ignore, like you said, Momo, with the Warriors.
I think
with 24
anytime
in a
they
row.
get over 20, you start thinking about it. It's like with Pete.
No, I'm not talking about the winning streak. I'm talking about the all-time record is 116. That when the Dodgers if they're playing 700 baseball 2 months into the season, does it become a conversation at that point?
Yeah.
Do you ever let that become one of the goals? I know the goal is to win the World Series. The goal is to go back-to-back. But does it ever become one of those, hey, you know what? Let's put this on the list of things we're going to try to get done. Or does it just happen completely organically because you're that much better?
I think it has to happen organically. DeMarco, remember the year the Patriots were 18-0?
Oh, yeah.
Going to the Super Bowl?
Thank you, Eli Manning.
All right.
Yeah.
They lost. The Warriors team, Trav, that you brought up, 73 wins, lose in the finals.
UNLV.
Weird stuff could happen.
I
Yeah,
see where you're
UNLV
coming.
looked unbeatable. Mason and his dad were at that game.
Oh, wow.
When Duke took out UNLV. It was in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Random point of fact. Do you know who the team that beat them before Duke beat them before that long streak went? UC Santa Barbara Gauchos. Thank you very much.
Gauchos.
Uh-huh.
Early in the year or something, or what?
The year before.
I heard you yesterday
before.
talking about UCLA basketball, women's basketball.
Yeah.
You know that Corey Close is a Gaucho.
Mm-hmm.
Played there, was a good player
Yeah.
for them, and now and was an assistant coach there, and then did a quick assistant stint at UCLA and got that job. But we were talking yesterday. I think this is the best women's team UCLA's ever had, and I think Lauren Betts might be the best player. And the only other person it could be would be my friend Ann Myers-Drysdale, who I know really well. And I think Annie would even admit.
Momo, when were you at Stanford?
1997 through 2001.
Were the Bruins women's basketball any good when you were there?
I think that was.
Well, Tara Vanderveer was there, right?
Oh, you mean
women's who?
The Bruins.
Yeah, I'm surprised that this might be their best
So
team
the best.
ever.
Okay, I know
They've never been to the Final
That's
Four
what
until now.
Their
Shocked
previous
me.
best
Yeah.
team was Maylana Martin's team that went to the Elite Eight. Do you remember Maylana Martin?
I don't.
When was that?
Are you talking about UCLA or
Yeah,
Stanford?
UCLA.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay,
that.
so Maylana Martin was a tall center. 6'4".
What era was this?
I want to say it was after me when I was there.
Okay.
Okay.
So we were good. So you know what? Okay, this is a sad. Thanks for bringing this up. Our women's basketball team was always good at Stanford. We had Tara Vanderveer, yada yada. But the one year this happened now. This happened in the men's tournament recently. But we were the only number 1 seed to lose to a 16 seed once. My freshman year.
And now that's happened on the men's side. Emily, was that night your Virginia?
It was.
Virginia and
NBC.
Purdue.
They both
and
did
it was really sad. It was like we had home games. You know, the women's tournament, they have home games the first couple
in the
rounds.
first round.
So our home game was against Harvard. Harvard had a player named Allison Feaster who was really good. She worked for the Celtics now.
Yeah.
And our best player had suffered a knee injury the night before, or a little before that. And so we were a 1 seed, but we kind of, we had an injury.
Extenuating
and
circumstances.
I remember, and this is before the internet was a big deal. So none of us went to that first game, and we started hearing what was happening. And so then we kind of I rode my bike over, what's happening? Oh my God, And it was we went down in the first round, number 1.
Hey,
What a
do you
drag.
know the answer to this? So this player that plays at USC, Kiki, how do you pronounce her last name?
Iriafen. Yeah.
Was at Stanford.
Yes, she was. I know all about this.
Okay, Lauren Betts was at Stanford.
Yes.
Why did they leave? It's NIL.
NIL.
No kidding. So it's even affecting women now.
Does anybody?
it really is. Let me
What
tell you,
does somebody like Lauren Betts make in NIL? Do we have any idea?
3
million.
100?
100.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay.
3 million. No.
But think about what would Caitlin Clark be worth?
7 figures
if
easy.
she came along
Clinton
today.
brought in a Juju little doll. I'm like, how much does she get?
Yeah.
Juju's making millions.
Millions. Okay, right.
Okay, so the Kiki Iriafen story is very interesting. She actually got her degree from Stanford.
So she's
got
a
grad
degree,
student, and
so
then
she's playing
her last year.
Well, all these kids because
See what I mean?
because of COVID, a lot of these people
have an extra
are
year.
Super seniors
are playing a fifth year.
Yeah. So, and that's actually been a problem for Stanford is that, like, I had to talk to our softball player who left Stanford last year. She got this. We had the best pitcher in the country. Her name was Nyjah Kennedy. USA softball, everything unhittable. We went to 2 straight World Series with her. Guess where she's playing this year?
Where?
Texas Tech.
Because somebody
$1.2 million.
Guns up, Momo.
Patrick Mahomes.
They paid. Stepped up.
Yep.
Patrick
Well, you
Mahomes
see what
and
happened?
this oil baron guy who is an alum who's married to a girl who played on the softball team threw $1.2 million at a softball pitcher.
Well,
a year, not total.
Wow.
This happened. When Harbaugh won the national championship at Michigan.
Yeah.
Some billionaire is dating a Michigan grad. I'm
Okay,
trying to
yes.
remember who the billionaire is.
Yeah, I
Do
know
you
what you're
remember?
saying. No, but I know this story.
And so the girlfriend leaned on her guy
Yeah.
and said, "Hey, kick a bunch of money into NIL for Jim Harbaugh. I think they can win the national championship."
Yep.
And so the guy did it. He
Yeah.
just dumped millions into the NIL fund.
Yeah, this.
You got to date the right people, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
So imagine if Jeff Bezos starts to get involved with NIL.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Well, and here's
Where
the
did
thing.
Lauren Sanchez go to college? Somebody look that up.
I know.
There's a reason that Oregon's good at almost everything. It's because Phil
Nike.
Knight has endowed just about every program on campus.
And here's the thing: in certain sports, there's positional players that matter to that level.
Sure.
Like when you have a pitcher like that,
That's everything.
It's
Okay,
everything.
but here's what surprises me, and this is the first time, and you would know better than me, Momo, but if you get into Stanford, you don't leave. I mean, getting into Stanford and getting a degree from Stanford is monetarily worth something in life.
Can you tell me how great it is to know Stanford grads? Like how great is it?
I don't know any. But I told you shouldn't have gone to Cal. But but you know what I'm saying? Like
would you hire me just because
Is
I
that
went
still
to
true?
Stanford?
I understand your point, John.
Yeah.
I understand your point.
Apparently it's not true anymore,
when
right?
you and
Money
I
talks.
were going through high school and applying to colleges, that if you got into Stanford or Harvard or one of these places, your life was going to turn out pretty darn good.
Right.
Because of the alumni support, because of the prestigiousness of the degree, et cetera, et cetera. But now...
Listen,
if I
there's
can go
always a
make
number.
if I can go make $1 million...
Anybody who says there isn't is lying.
Hold on. If I can go to Texas Tech and make $1 million throwing a softball, I'm going to Texas Tech
in a heartbeat.
Listen, I was close with I was close with this player, and I went up. I took my I flew up, took my son there. I'm actually going up there this weekend to go support them because they have anyway. It's a long story. So I knew her and I talked to her a lot, and I made the same pitch, and then I said to her, and I go, listen, it's not just about like people are going to respect you that you went to Stanford. It's the doors that all of the alumni can open for you. And you just have to tell us what doors you want open. And like they had Condi Rice talk to her.
Wow.
They had,
should have had Condi Rice bring a check.
Didn't work.
No, everybody, Andrew Luck, like all of the alums, like we all were like, yo, what do you want? Like, what doors do you want open?
But she wanted bird in the hand. She wanted money.
But she really wanted to stay. That's the truth. She really wanted to stay. But I even told her, I go, listen, I got to be honest with you. It's a lot of money. That's like life-changing money for you and your family. No one's going to hold it against you if you take that.
Right.
Like, and she was like, "Thank you for saying that." like literally,
that could be your biggest
that's a
payday.
lot of money.
Yeah.
Your mic isn't on somehow.
If you come from means,
Yeah.
then maybe you make a different decision. If you come from where most of us are coming from, that's money
Also,
that changes
think
everything
about
for a lot of
Think
people.
about how much money your family put into you.
Oh my God!
Sure.
At least that much,
Right? And not just or time and energy,
Yes.
and taking you
Travel
to
ball.
tournaments everywhere.
It's crazy.
I mean, and it's like the truth is like just because you go to Stanford doesn't mean that you're going to be rich. You have to do something with all those connections, and with that degree, etc.
Right, but at least you have them.
Right.
You're
That's
you're
right.
on second base.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, and
maybe
but,
third.
But there's we live in a world now where like Kiki from USC, she did the best of both worlds. She
Yeah.
left on good terms with Stanford. She
Got her degree, and now she's playing at SC. Good
and
for
she
her.
got a big chunk of change. She'll probably be the number 2 pick in the draft this year.
Good for her.
Yeah.
John, I will get back to you on the date
Yeah,
that I
pick
want
a
you
day.
to throw.
I'm ready to throw up a white flag after 6 games.
Maybe we
And,
can.
like tonight.
You can sell off a part of this
Okay,
bet.
tonight is. It should absolutely be a loss. Chris Sale is pitching for the Braves. Dustin May hasn't pitched in 2 years. I bet you they win
Stop smiling.
6-0 again.
Stop smiling.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Angels trivia coming up tomorrow.